I need whole milk or the deal's off.
Yeah.
Cockroach?
No. Well,
I'll milk it for you.
That depends.
You
What do the
can watch me
macros
milk
look like
it.
for
not reliable enough.
cockroaches?
Home source.
I need cow milk, good old fashioned, pus and blood, like. Oh, I could do my turtle. I rescued a turtle off the side of the road yesterday. So, I was coming home from work and he was sitting there and I was like, I can't leave him there. So I just turned in the little thing, grabbed his ass, picked him up, threw him in my car, and then brought him home.
Bro, I think you're leaving out the fact that this thing was fucking huge.
There's a fucking snapping
And a
turtle,
snapping
dude.
turtle.
Grab its ass, it can't bite me. Well,
I'll try.
Well, because their necks reach like all the way around to the side of themselves. So if you actually try to pick them up, like just like a sandwich,
Back to the shell.
you're bye, buddy. Yeah, like
Turtle sandwich.
Yeah, no, you fucked. Like
I think the best part was going home and then looking at your story, just seeing you like, hey guys, something cool happened to me on the way home today.
That was
You just
hilarious.
open your fucking car door and there's a turtle.
dude. I mean, my house is like literally a minute away, so I just was like, and I have a pond in my backyard, so I was like, turtle ponds, like.
Fair enough.
Oh,
It's
that's
just yours now.
You know what I mean? Like, that was quick math for me. So I was just like,
Turtle. Had fun.
yeah, I mean, putting him in the car went well. I was just kind of walking down the street, turtle in one hand, like waving at people coming by, and the turtle's just like scratching at me with his back legs and pissing all down me. And I'm just like, I just kind of like put him in the back of my car. And then I got home. I didn't anticipate that he would be facing me. So that made removing him from my car difficult because his
Oh, yeah, 'cause
face
he was
is
looking
facing
at
me.
you.
Yeah. How did you do that?
He fell out of the car.
Oh.
Well, no, I was just like, well, what? And then he like moved and just went, and I was like,
All right.
well, I mean, I guess that was better than being like a living speed bump.
That's
so
true.
I was
Yeah.
like, I guess this is better.
It's fair enough.
then-
He just lives with you now.
Well, yeah, kind of in spirit. He's in the pond. I don't really.
Hopefully he stays around.
Hopefully,
He's
I
like
see
your
him
little
again.
turtle friend.
No, he's not. He was like that was like a 10-pound turtle.
He could be the best man at your wedding.
It's like a Pokemon, honestly.
Yeah, dude was huge.
He was a big turtle.
Take a couple fingers off.
He would have broken my wrist.
Yeah, they can
And
really
like
break
he would
bones
have
with their
broken my
bites.
wrist.
Yeah.
Dude, his feet were like big. Like they're scratching at me. His claws are like.
I guess
So-
you don't have to just worry about getting bit.
No, that thing is a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a dinosaur. Like
Yeah, legit.
it's
Yeah.
literally a dinosaur.
Well, welcome to Senseless Rambles, guys.
Turtles.
I'm your host, Nick. I'm joined today by Ryan next to me. A little change of pace. He's my co-host.
Yeah, I kind of move around. I choose
Also
names.
joined by Tristan, who is taking over as the prost today.
I am all-knowing.
Dylan's doing something. We don't know. And we're also joined by, personally, my most anticipated guest, Max.
Thor.
Welcome.
You set the bar high.
Hello.
I'm very excited for this episode because he did a podcast or like kind of a weird little interview show thing with us back in,
It was senior
what was
year.
it, senior year?
Yeah.
Was it senior year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Dude,
right?
doesn't that feel like forever ago? That's so weird.
But that kind of gave me like the podcast itch, I think, and that's how we all ended up here today.
Legit. That was like the start of it. And then
Yeah.
once you edited it, you were like obsessed. You were like,
It's good.
You
You start a
did put a lot of
podcast.
work into that.
I
'Cause every
did.
day in advisory, that's what you were doing.
Dude, editing's fun.
Editing is fun, for
Editing's
sure.
really fun.
It's
I've been
fun
making
when
all
it's
those
something you want to
TikToks.
do.
Yes, yes.
Fucking like a psychopath.
Yeah, the
Lots
Dude,
episode
I would
was
get home and I'd just edit and just sit there and look at my computer and watch the render bar go up like a freak every day.
Jesus.
You turned around those TikToks so fast.
I know, right?
That was absurd. What?
Just put it closer.
Turn me up. Don't put
Just
it.
turn up his volume. Be a good prost.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to do this.
Just, it's like... Anyway, yeah.
I don't want to have to eat it.
I know. Sorry.
Why?
This is
the
good, though.
microphone.
You just
It tastes good.
yummy, Mike.
Max, what have you been doing, buddy?
Working, and then also been lifting a lot and trying to eat, trying to get
eat.
big.
What are you eating?
Lots of food.
The turtle?
No,
Oh,
no
Unfortunately.
turtle. I
How
don't
many
eat-
grams of protein you think a turtle is, though?
I don't know, but I did learn. Like, crazy fact, right? Remember this?
Yep.
Spiders,
oh,
like 10 grams of spider, which is not a lot of spider. That's like a little bit smaller than like a big tarantula.
mm-hmm.
60 grams of protein.
What?
Yeah.
I am
Oh my
on this.
god.
Yeah.
Eat spiders.
So, spiders, hella macro friendly.
That's
That's
crazy.
what we have
Crazy,
to-
man.
That's what I found out.
Wow.
So I'm thinking tarantula protein shakes or tarantula protein powder.
Have you eaten a spider?
No,
Are you going to?
I can't answer that question.
I feel like I eat a
can't.
chocolate
You probably
covered
can't
spider.
go into like a pet store and be like,
I need to eat that.
You
I
can
want, like-
literally just go to some stores and they just have like tarantula snacks. That's a thing.
No, yeah, there's
That's
like
a real
like
thing.
freeze dried like
Yeah.
mealworms and stuff. I've had those.
What?
You can
Really?
literally just order spider
They're
like,
like, dude, they're-
dead spiders online in a bag and eat them.
And they're like, or like the ones at the you know there's a gift shop in the plaza near my house.
yeah,
That little like
yeah.
you can buy
I got it.
you can they have like mealworms and crickets there, and they're like
They do,
fucking,
yeah.
and they're like fucking buffalo flavored.
Yeah, no, I've eaten crickets
That sounds
before.
crazy
those?
good.
I've eaten crickets, yeah.
I mean, it,
How
like
is it-
well, apparently, so what's really
it's just crunchy.
yeah,
The
it's just-
flavor part, I mean. Like, I feel like that would take away and you wouldn't notice that it's
Well,
a
I
bug.
found out that bugs are like also apparently really sustainable to farm.
Yeah,
Because
they're-
like you
Yeah, that
can
makes
farm
sense, I
way more
guess.
bugs in like way less space and produce way more per pound than like beef or any other
Well,
large.
beef is destructive.
That's what I'm saying, because it takes up so much
That's how it
space, and they also like they fart. You know, like that's a whole
Yeah.
big thing, and it brings
destroy
up the
the
methane
air.
or whatever. But so bugs are actually good for the economy, is what I'm trying to tell you here.
Have you guys seen fucking
Economical
cockroach
to eat
milk?
bugs.
Cockroach milk? Yes, it's,
Cockroach
it's
milk.
a thing.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
They milk
maybe
them.
they just like
They don't fucking
They take all the
make them
cockroaches.
lactate.
No, they
they
take
could
all of
take
them.
like tweezers and then just like
milk
squeeze their
their
udders.
nipples.
Dude, there's nothing that's
I think they definitely
that
just,
light
like,
enough to like squeeze a
compact them.
fucking cockroach to make milk. They grind it up or something.
You underestimate my finesse.
Bro, I'd love to see you try it. We can make that whole video.
That'd be good. Yeah, I'd like to
Milking a
see you try to
cockroach?
milk a cockroach.
One of us has to dress up like a cockroach for that.
I'm like on the ground with like the cockroaches just come around the corner. I'm like
Bro, that's a video for the Orange YouTube.
orange YouTube.
Yeah,
What's
if
that?
you're gonna milk Ryan in a cockroach costume.
No, Ryan would milk me.
Oh,
They have their
Word.
own website for that.
The Orange YouTube.
Oh,
There it is.
I don't get it. What?
You'll understand when you're older.
Okay. That's yellow though.
What was that one?
It's like when
No, it's like-
wow, wow. Yeah, like all the you know what I mean? And it goes like ba, 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 ba,
We're young men.
ba, 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 ba.
This is what we talk about.
It goes like.
It's like featuring.
Did you guys know that I thought Nicole Aniston was like a movie star?
No, that's a different.
That's
Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, my guy.
I do it every time though. I think of Jennifer. I think of Jennifer. Aniston,
I really thought.
I wish, bro.
Also, Mia Khalifa's like a Twitch streamer now.
Yeah.
I thought
no,
she was dead.
who's
Everybody's
Lana
a
Rhodes.
Twitch.
Lana Rhodes, yeah.
She's actually like a really successful Twitch streamer.
Yeah,
now.
she like
course
hangs out with like Logan Paul and
Yeah, right.
Well, dude, she like fucked the producer of that show, that Mike dude. They were
Yeah,
like, they were like
they
dating
dated
for a while.
Oh wow.
Wow.
On
Like they were fucking.
what's it called?
What?
Sorry.
Mike
What's it called?
Gazagakis, whatever his name
What
is.
called?
The Logan Paul podcast.
Impulsive?
Impulsive.
Yeah, that.
yeah, she was on that.
Yeah, but Mike was the guy from that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
that
yeah,
guy.
that's that dude,
That's
Mike.
so funny.
He's Lana Rhodes' ex. And
Why
we
did
still,
He's a kid now, right?
yeah, but not him apparently. And
Oh.
apparently, the only thing that I've heard about that is that someone on Impulsive was like, if anybody knew who this kid's dad was, nobody would fuck with him.
Oh.
But they don't. But Lana, like, no one knows who their dad is.
Like including just normal people, like He's
I mean,
hidden
I'm
from the
sure
public?
like Mike might know, and like Logan, or like her close.
She's not
friends.
with him though.
No,
Okay,
but they're still like friends, I guess.
interesting.
Which is,
That's cool. Imagine
really-
being like a
something.
porn star's kid.
or like imagine dating a porn star. Like, do you think like that's a conversation?
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
it
do you
is.
think you could handle that? Like, do you think you could do that?
I don't know.
No,
It depends.
no.
Like, well, like, okay, well, think about it this way. Think about it this way. You meet it. You're out, right? Like, you're out on the town or whatever, and you're at a bar, and you meet a really hot chick, and you guys hit it off, and you take her back to your place. You have a great night, blah blah blah, and you wake up in the morning, you're like talking over breakfast, and you're like, well, what do you do? And she's like, well, actually, I'm an adult actress.
It's just
You know what,
It's
like,
just
how,
the fact
like-
that like
I might date them, but I would never like start a family with them.
But
That's fair.
why would you like go one way and then know that you're not going to go
Well, because
the
it'd just
other?
be fun.
You know what I
Because
mean?
they're hot.
I guess so.
They're
but
hot as
it's
fuck.
kind of like mean.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's like it's also like that's your profession. It's like like obviously you're still a
Yeah,
human
like-
being and stuff, but it's like I can't. Like, I wouldn't want my kids to have you as their mother.
I guess so.
That's what I mean.
They would get
Exactly.
bored.
That's-
and like that
totally
sucks
my-
to say, but it's
that's
like
my opinion.
I
like,
think at
that's
the
the
same
reality.
point though, if it's like if Lana Rhoades is your mom, you're not really struggling for much.
no,
you know?
but it's also like that's also true. It's like they're chilling.
Yeah.
They can do
Yeah.
anything they want, and I feel like, especially with a mother like Lana Rhoades, she can teach them how to handle it.
I don't
Like
know, dude.
internet
she's
criticism
pretty
from
stupid.
other people, but
I don't know,
she
like-
knows how to take a fucking blow from. She does not care about.
She
a
knows how to
single
take
bit.
a fucking
if you're-
blow. That's for
give a
sure.
blow.
If you're a porn star, if you're a porn star. You gotta like imagine the hate mail they get, like all the
Exactly,
fucking
dude.
criticism.
But
they
also
get.
like
Because anyone or any guy who would reach out to them and not get reciprocated, they like threaten death. They
Yeah.
tear apart people.
yeah, they like send if like they're. I have a lot of female friends that tell me that like when they're like when they're like, yeah, I told this guy I like didn't like him and he called me a whore and I was like,
yeah.
that's
We talked about
Jess
this last
just
episode.
talked
Yeah.
about
Oh
this
yeah,
last
we
episode.
did. Jess brought that up. That was
yeah,
a good
right there,
point.
good
Really
like
aggressive.
perfect example.
Great
Yeah.
example.
Like
That's
it's
so
like and
weird.
it just
it's like a
it's like-
switch.
I honestly think though that having a porn star as a parent would be like a good thing and a bad thing, because the bad thing would obviously be just criticism from everyone, especially if it's something like Lana Rhoades, because most people know her, right? Or most people who have been on like a porn
if you're
site,
if you're a male
you probably know.
of like 15 and up, you probably,
Yeah, you know who
probably
that
know
is.
who Lana Rhoades is.
But at the same time, I feel like she would be a great coach and educator towards her child on how to handle pressure like that.
Well, you
'Cause
just
she
ignore
definitely-
it.
It would
I
get-
feel like
it
that's
would-
the only thing that. But like, imagine you're married, right? You don't even have kids. She comes home from work, and you're like, "Oh, how's your day, honey?" And then she goes, "Well, this guy was just giving it to me, like completely fucking my ass." And then I fucking poop myself because like, shit like that.
Or you know what's even worse? Imagine
I just got shit everywhere, and then he came, and then there was just shit and cum
cum.
all over me. All right, do you want to give me a kiss? Like, bro, like,
or like
give me a
imagine
kiss. I just got home from work.
or like it's even arguably worse is, "Oh, hi honey. How was work?" And she just goes, "Great."
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
exactly. Oh yeah, he was better than you.
It's like,
Oh,
well, I don't know if my ego can handle
guess we
that.
can't have sex tonight.
Yeah, I
We
guess
can't do anything better than that.
Yeah, it's
I
just
met a
like,
guy named Johnny today.
yeah, and it's like, oh my god, we just hit. It's like,
That doesn't happen though.
Bruh.
They do so many interviews and they tell them over and over again, sex on set is awful and it's not enjoyable 90% of the time.
yes, this is true, but,
But
it's just,
some people are it's still sex at the end of the day.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
half the positions they do
It's
are
just
something
for
you
the
would
shot.
never ever do at home.
Agreed.
But
like,
when you're as
it's
famous
all for
as someone
camera
like
angles and shit.
Lana Rhoades or Mia Khalifa, like for example, Mia Khalifa, she went on the Misfits podcast.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how she actually did a couple scenes with this one guy and like straight up fell in love with him and they got married.
Yeah.
well, that's
I'm sure
also
it
a reality,
happens,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
it
you
happens
can't-
more often than
The chemistry is getting like you're at the end of the day, it's still fucking sex. Like it
And
elicits a
you're with-
severe chemical reaction in your brain. Like
You're also with people who have practiced for fucking years and years. Like they know what they're doing. And if you guys just click chemistry wise, no shot you're not going to meet up afterward.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, yeah, it's cool. They can They can meet together.
Yeah, they can have their own thing. What I was saying is, just as far as like a parental debate, I think that it's not necessarily as bad as you might think it is to have a porn star as a parent. But from a relationship perspective, I totally get where you're coming from. Like, jealousy would creep in no matter what, unless you're just a person who would also... I feel like most porn stars must be okay with open relationships.
I was watching some videos on this, and that was very interesting. Because some of them are. Like, one of the... I don't remember her name. But she was like, yeah, when I'm away at work, I send women to my husband's house.
Oh, shit.
And then there was another one that was like, nope, if you're with me, it's exclusive.
I feel like, you're like, either one way or the other.
But you're like making out and fucking people.
And then she's like, nope, that's just work. And it's like,
I feel like...
I guess you can take that standpoint, but that doesn't sit well with me.
It's weird. I feel like if you're choosing that line of work and then you're depriving someone... I don't know. It's a really gray area question. It's hard to know if you aren't in that scenario.
Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't actually know how to handle it unless you were like... Unless you were in that. Like, unless that situation happened to you.
Yeah, but if you
ended up, because like you wouldn't know.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like if you're just out, or like you're just out somewhere and you're just like, oh, like I'll get that girl's number. Or
no, I definitely don't want my girl banging other guys. That's definitely something I don't want.
That's like usually a ground rule.
Work or not, you're fucking other men. That's gonna mess with the relationship for a lot of people.
That's a kink in it for sure.
But you want to be friends?
And then I feel like the sex drive would also go down as well for someone, because when you think about it, it's like, oh, this is just work. And then when you get home to your actual partner, it might not be something that you really explore. But if your rule is that they have to be exclusive, like what are...
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
true.
And also sex with this person, if you're not a porn star, you might feel like they think it's work.
Well, that's what that porn star was like. There's nothing worse than coming home from work to a sexually frustrated man. So that's why she sends women there.
Right.
She just came home from probably shooting for like a week or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she gets home and her husband's like, she does not want that. It's like that's a smart woman. That makes sense. Because it's like otherwise, it's like also it's like that's how
he's obviously chill with it.
He's chilling apparently. Yeah. Like he doesn't.
I feel like that you kind of have to make rules by yourself. I don't think there's a rule book for that.
No.
So if people like that or together, they just kind of do whatever works.
It would just ultimately come down to personal decision and how you feel about it, I suppose. Like just like anything else.
Yep.
Pretty much.
That's true. Do you think? Are there like couples that just have porn channels together?
Probably.
I
think there's a couple.
A lot of porn stars that are married to each other.
Yeah. And they still like do like
scenes with other people.
Yeah. It's like that's very interesting. And like, dude, Lena the Plug and Adam 22 literally they have like porn stars on their podcast, and then they're like, "Oh, podcast. All right, bend over." Like, and then they just start fucking right there on the set, and it's like,
I have watched that before. It's pretty.
You don't know that?
You haven't seen?
You know Adam, like 20, like the guy's all the Yada dude with the him and his girlfriend,
the guy
Lena the
from
Plug.
No Jumper.
Yeah, No Jumper. They are porn stars.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It started with his girl though. Like he didn't do it before.
I think Lena was already a porn star.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Lena started, and then they did a podcast together, like a porn podcast.
So they still have No Jumper, I believe, and then they also have like another podcast, but it's like a porn podcast. I guess.
Yeah, they fuck each other,
and like they bring a guest on. They're like, oh, haha, podcast, and then.
The guest, they also fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be weird if the guest
just
watched.
like a whole...
Like they bring in like you bring in like a porn, like they interview a porn star, and then they just like, oh, what's up, and then wiggle, you know what I mean?
That sounds dope. That's like way better, like you know how like porn storylines.
We should do that.
I don't really want to watch you.
I mean,
I've been around.
You're not going to be watching.
Oh. I didn't think that you meant it like that.
No, you're joining. You're on bottom, and then Max is in the middle. Ryan is like on top. He's handstanding.
Sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm throwing water balloons filled with milk at you.
Nice. That really is it whole milk? I need whole milk.
I would
only soy.
Oh god, I'm gonna start throwing up everywhere.
Cockroach milk.
Cockroach.
I need whole milk or the deal's off.
Yeah. Cockroach?
No.
I'll milk it for you.
That depends.
You
What do
can
the
watch me
macros
milk
look like
it.
for
not reliable enough.
cockroaches?
Home source.
I need cow milk, good old fashioned pus and blood. Like
Blood.
yeah,
dude.
apparently. So I work at a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
There's no animal products in there except for eggs. All of my vegan coworkers have been telling me that pasteurized milk, especially in America, has the highest content of blood and pus content.
Yeah, there's an acceptable
no!
level of those things.
Oh, no.
Just like in your cereal, there's an acceptable level of rat shit. Like there's levels for every food. Levels of toxic plastics, all that shit that can be put in there.
Microplastics and chicken nuggies.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty
I
sick.
believe that the dairy industry was a big lie in
Yo,
the
yeah,
U.S.
it's
Did you
pretty
see the
fucked.
fucking
Yeah, I
posted it on your
posted
story? Have you seen that, Max?
What?
the Fairlife fucking
Well, that's
how they treat the cow. That was a couple years
Oh,
ago.
it's been around. People know this.
The industrial farming industry they have no regard
No,
for
that's
the
horrible.
treatment of animals. Period.
insane.
They're just a product. It's
Yeah,
it's
really
literally
sad.
just an item, a number on a list. It's just a product. Like
Well,
they
yeah,
just package them next to each other and just like
You can do it like that. Like I understand like industrializing slaughtering cows. There's a lot of fucking people. But throwing the cows around like they're fucking worthless and like whipping
and
them
hitting
into
them.
cages
like
yeah.
and just,
kicking them and
like
shit.
yeah,
For
kicking
no
them
reason.
and beating
They're
them. Like what
cows.
the fuck's the point of that? Like
Dude, like
who really wants to like
well,
It's
dude,
not going to make
then
them
think about
understand
it.
better either.
No, it makes the product worse. Think about it. They're in these little pens, probably literally this, and there's like 4 cows lined up side to side their entire life, and they just eat and shit, and that never gets cleaned up, and then those animals get slaughtered, covered in shit,
ugh.
and then cleaned and prepped and sold. And those animals are also full of like, because when especially they're mammals too, which means they function very similar to like we are also mammals.
Yeah.
When you're anxious or scared and depressed, which
You tense up.
cows can feel, you tense up, and it also releases hormones into your muscles,
Yeah, the stress.
which means that they won't taste as good. And those hormones you're now consuming and bringing into your own body when you eat that meat. Plus all of the bullshit that cow is eating. It's probably eating a combination of like sugar and
meat.
and corn like meal essentially. It's just
Yeah,
straight
just to make
corn
them
and glucose.
really
like
big.
yeah,
Big as possible.
just a bunch of fat and carbs and a bunch of fucking probably vitamins to like chemicals so they don't get sick, just for life expectancy.
and antibiotics.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why people are like, I don't want antibiotics in my meat. Like it is. It's in there.
Well, that's
You're
why
eating it.
we were always a bigger fan of bison, because
Bison's good.
it's also, well, one, it's better than beef in my opinion. It's leaner. And you literally cannot farm them industrially because they are so big and mean that you have to farm them free range. They're like have you ever
they're
seen
fucking huge.
Yeah.
dude, they're like humongous. And it's also like you get more meat per unit
Yeah, for sure.
because it's a bigger animal.
I think the most egregious thing that they do is the fake farms that they show like the public when they go on tours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's
They just
crazy.
have like prize cows that they keep in these little, slightly bigger cages, but they actually take good care of them, and then the rest of them they just abuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane, man.
That's crazy. Well, animal abuse, that was a topic.
Yeah, it sure was.
But how have you been doing drinking milk all the time? Are you still drinking milk all the time?
I've taken
a milk hiatus.
Is this like a bender you were on or something?
Oh, Max was mega
Yeah.
into milk.
I was drinking
I don't know about this.
I was drinking 2 gallons of milk a week. I mean, I put
By
on
himself.
I put
What?
on that's when I shot up from, it was when I started, it was like I started school before I dropped out. I started SNU and like started just drinking milk, like hella milk, 2 gallons a week, and I put on like, I shot up from like 160 to like 180 in like 3 months. And then
Yeah.
but then I like, you know, some shit happened. Like I caught Rona, so then I lost like 5 pounds, and then I didn't really gain it back because I wasn't eating as much, and then some other shit happened. I just haven't been eating as well. So my milk grind, I mean, ultimately I did put on muscle. So I'm still like 10, 15 pounds heavier than I was last year, which is cool.
Okay.
But I would
I
not
didn't know milk
recommend.
equated to that.
Well, it's just that it's literally there's like 4,800 calories in a gallon of milk.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're drinking 2 of those a week, that's an extra 10,000 calories essentially on top of your weekly caloric intake.
Yeah.
So like automatically that's crazy. And then a gallon of milk has 50 grams of protein in it, plus all the fat. And it's like I don't eat any fat. I eat mostly like most of my diet is eggs and rice and vegetables and meat and fruit. Like I don't really eat a lot of fats. So it's like I have to actually supplement my diet and my protein shakes with fats because I don't eat them. Like
ton of milk.
Yeah, so milk could help with, but I'm fine. I'm trying to find out like try to eat more peanut butter and
fish. Fish actually has a lot of fat.
I should be eating more fish more consistently as well because I don't think I have enough omega-3s either. But yeah, just dialing in.
Yes, sir.
Dialing in with but the milk, I'm probably gonna do it again. But
milk is good.
No, it's so, dude. There's nothing like coming home from a hot day and you just open up that fridge door and you just grab that milk and just straight out of the gallon, just like.
I'm on Max's side. I fucking love milk.
I physically
drink
cannot.
a gallon a week, but
Dude,
not
it's
2.
awesome.
I can't do
like
Well, because you got to think about it
me.
like this. You got to think about the 2 gallons went down easy because I was drinking one just for milk, and then the other one I was using for protein shakes.
Oh, there you go.
That makes more
so
sense.
like hella milk though.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm still eating cheese, and it's not like I cut all dairy out of my diet, and then it was like milk. Like,
I would absolutely shit myself.
Yeah, I would die.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Oh, okay.
And plus the mass gainer protein powder, which is also whey protein.
It's like 6 scoops. I can't do it.
Yeah, 4 scoops, by the way. Shout out Naked Mass. 4 scoops of that shit. 1,350 calories. 250 carbs and like 50 grams of protein. Absolutely cracked out. 2 in the morning, 2 at night. Right there.
Yeah.
Up 1,000 calories. It's like,
can't always do it.
No, don't get me. I'm falling off right now, but I gotta get back on the grind. Back to consuming. Literally as much like consuming. Like I've got to. If I want to get as big as I want to get, I'm supposed to eat like 5K a day.
That
5,000 calories a day is like.
It's almost not doable.
Well, the fucked up thing is that there are people that are just like, just do it. Like you gotta think of Brian Shaw. Strongest man like on planet Earth, arguably one of them. 10,000 calories a day.
It's so crazy.
And it's like
over
that
400 pounds.
Yeah, he's like 480 pounds, and he's like 6'4". It's like you're actually a giant human being. Like the Mountain probably eats the same. Eddie Hall, they probably all eat like
they do. They're
upwards of like 7, 8.
Like their bones and shit.
Well, dude, they are in
fucked.
Yeah, no, dude, their joints and everything. Well, that's why have you seen Eddie Hall and the Mountain both have 6-packs right now?
Why?
Because it's horrifying. Because they were boxing. They had the boxing match, and they both shredded down, and they both look insane. Like you thought they looked crazy.
What as like
No, now they're shredded. Like the Mountain with a 6-pack.
Like definition?
Yes, like they look like bodybuilders.
It's not worth it normally, but they were fighting.
And also now it's like, well, they also did it because it's like, well, I need to lose weight.
Yeah,
I can't be this weight sustainably.
Okay, all right,
you know what I mean?
Good,
like,
good. Well, that's good that they had that.
Eddie
that
Hall
kind
with
of like
abs.
Yeah, it's horrifying, dude. It's absolutely horrifying.
Crush your head in between their thighs. Probably in between their like biceps.
I mean, Mountain's famous for the fucking scene on Game of Thrones.
I know.
He could probably do that.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're a small enough human being. Maybe if your skull's already like pre-fractured or something, he could probably do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
he's fucking big. Gigantic.
He's got the beast tattoos on his biceps. It just says the and then.
Bro, I would look at
That's
Brian
awesome.
Shaw. I guarantee you, it's even worse.
No, look at the Mountain's even worse because he's taller. Well, that was Eddie Hall, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was Eddie. Oh, okay. I thought that was the Mountain.
No, the Mountain's like the fucked up thing is the Mountain's tall.
Yeah.
I've met that guy.
You met the Mountain?
Yeah.
That's sick.
At the Highland Games?
Oh yeah, no, that's those. I want to go to those.
Those are so sick.
Those look
Where is
so
it?
cool.
That is pretty
I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but I did meet him.
That's cool.
Yeah, he threw a tree.
A whole ass tree.
The
just
caber
pick it
toss.
up and they fucking...
The caber toss, and they just haul it up in the air.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Tossing
But, like,
cabers.
That's crazy.
It's... What, it must be 30 feet long or something.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's insane. It's just a gigantic log, taller, like the same size as a house. just going up.
And they just go. Woo.
And they just carry it over, and then they like hobble forward a little bit like a penguin and just fucking yeet it up.
That's nuts.
And it goes like.
And it's like a contest.
Big
It's
strong
sick.
man shit.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
gotta
that's
throw it
awesome.
the furthest.
Sick. Frankly, that's badass. It's just some monkey brain type shit. You know what I mean?
it
Like
is
men are
monkey
like
brain.
men are just so are victim of just monkey brain. Like it's so bad sometimes.
Me lift, me throw.
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
thing.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
scary dude.
That's pretty wild.
He's huge.
Scary dude.
I'll throw the pictures up in post.
And so it's like
Holy shit!
That's crazy.
Wow.
because he's like you're already like the biggest dude ever. All you got to do is cut. Now you're
Yeah, eat less.
yeah,
dude.
and that's like
Eat less, please.
Oh my god, what a monster!
It's just
man.
not sustainable for them to be that cut all the time.
well, imagine you're walking
Seeing that guy in
around.
person too. He's just like, oh, hello.
Yeah, he's like larger than life.
Yeah,
like he
you gotta
doesn't. I
wave
bet he
for
doesn't
the
look
sky.
real.
He's so nice though.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
He was like a really personable guy. Just
Wow.
walked up and I was like, "Are you Melton?" He was like, "Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?"
his
And
accent.
10 minutes later, he fucking puts on a kilt and throws a log like across a football field. It's insane.
And he's just like, hey, okay, I go eat dinner. Like, that's
an awesome
awesome.
guy.
Yeah, that's a great guy.
"Bro, you're going to
I'm going to Renaissance Fair tomorrow.
yeah,
That's where.
the
In Maine.
the best one."
That's
King
sick.
Richards.
Oh, you're going to King Richards?
Yeah.
dude, King Richards is sick.
He's
I
never
can't
been.
wait. I can't
You've
wait.
never.
He's a
Bro,
virgin.
I used to go when I was a kid. My parents used to take me all the time. I got knighted there when I was a kid. Like they had,
Knighted?
yeah, like we had like you'd like sign up and then you'd like a series of games and you have to like get a certain like get a certain score, like
Yeah.
perform well enough, and then at the end they like do a ceremony and they knight you. Like
It's
you know
super
they do,
cool. I've
they do
seen
the
it.
whole like
sick.
yeah.
Dude, they literally dress up people to joust.
I know.
I've seen
dude, I'm
it's
so
jousting
crazy.
so
It's
cool.
so fun.
It's
I'm
nuts.
so excited.
It's nuts. I've seen people get carried away on stretchers.
Wait, it's like random people? Or
No,
it
they
like,
sign
is it
up
like,
for it.
Okay,
But
they
it's
sign
like-
up train
But
for
it's
it.
still
But you
a
can get
very
hurt. It's
physical
dangerous.
sport.
Yeah.
Like, it's jousting.
Dude, the
that's why
joust
it's
sticks
cool.
are definitely not like as dangerous.
Well, they're made to break.
Yeah, they're
They're
made to
blunt
break
and
and they're also
blow.
kind of cushioned. Yeah,
An
blood ends.
actual,
You can still
an
get hurt.
actual
though.
one's like a spear.
Yeah, you're supposed to impale them.
Yeah.
No,
It's
when
supposed to
in
kill
the
them.
original King, I believe in the original King's game it was also blunted stick because it was it. They,
was-
they
it was a
realized
game.
they
It was
realized
entertainment.
very shortly that it was not sustainable to kill your competitors because also then you take all these money and resources and putting it into a knight and then you bring him to a festival and
he
you
just
have him compete and he
dies.
just dies in a game
Well,
instead
yeah,
of like
it's-
on battle or defending his homeland or like
That's true. Yeah.
Have you ever watched A Knight's Tale?
no.
You never watched Knight's Tale? Have any of you watched that?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's kind of it's hard to say. It's not a girly movie, but women like it because it's Heath Ledger, and he's a fucking knight.
check
Oh,
out.
so this
He's
is an
hot.
old
and
movie.
he jousts at like festivals and shit, and he had never jousted before. He wasn't a knight. He like stole
The gear.
a dead knight's fucking gear and pretended to be him. And then he like goes through and he's like the best fucking jouster.
That's
It's
cool.
awesome. It's so cool. Like seeing like they basically just like had a whole Renaissance fair.
Yeah, but you're gonna see that shit in real life.
I know.
Yeah, dude.
I
It's
know,
so
dude.
It's
I'm so
when
excited.
they hit,
Also-
it's like
Everyone around the fair is in character at like all times.
Yeah, I have a costume.
that.
I know, but I'm talking like
Yeah,
the
they're
people
the
who
people
work
that-
at the fair. They don't break.
No,
They will never break.
and that's
We
why it's
had
gonna be
It's
a-
so hot.
We had a friend, our buddy Ed. He actually worked there, like as one of those people.
Oh
He
really?
was like a wizard guy, and they have to train for weeks, like on site, being these characters, never ever breaking.
That's
It's
amazing.
crazy. Yeah,
I'm so excited, dude.
It's really cool.
I've been looking forward to it for like 2 months.
They're really really cool.
we went at one point for my dad's like birthday, and there was a show called like the Three Whores Show or something. And at some point, I think my mom had gone up and told them that it was his birthday. So we were sitting down, and they were like going through their routine. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Oh, he's gone.
Max likes moths.
Come here, friend.
Anyway, they were going through their show, and then they, at some point, we're looking for like, oh, are there any suitable males here? Anybody willing to come up? And people would like raise their hand, and we got him to raise his hand, and they fucking like called on him, and they brought him up to the front stage, and they took out like this hamper of just panties and like dirty underwear. They just poured it on him, and they were like, "Yeah!"
That's awesome.
I watched the last one I was at, probably like 8-10 years ago now.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
We saw a cleavage contest.
That's
Yep, that's a thing.
I did a fertility dance. Did you ever do one of those?
No, I threw ninja stars and stuff,
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
I've done that. Yeah.
and throwing knives and like.
There's, like,
shooting
I didn't even
arrows.
know that all of the things you're saying to me now.
Oh, no.
I had no
Dude,
idea.
it
exactly
is so
things.
cool.
Dude, it's like imagine.
I thought I'd just like eat turkey legs and watch people like.
No,
act
it's
or
that
something.
too.
No, it's that, and then there's all of this other cool shit
Yes.
as well.
Like imagine what was that field we went? Imagine that.
Yeah.
Everything that you can do there, except for like the rides. They might have like a carousel.
They don't, but they have like these cool attractions. Like there was this one huge like medieval swing. They had like a little
They
catapult
have other
contraption
stuff.
ride that was super cool.
But like everything you can do, like pretty much food vendors, games, like all that shit is there, but it's just medieval.
That's dope.
Like it's sick. It's so cool.
Everyone's in character. There's concessions
it's so
everywhere.
fun.
A bunch of different kinds of food. All of it is like inspired
Yeah.
by medieval stuff. There's literally knights who dress up in costume and just fight each other.
Oh.
Just around the square. They'll go around and be like, "Did you just step to me, sir?" And they'll go through this entire act and then just start beating the shit out of each other with like maces and swords.
Dude, have you seen that? That's like a sport now. Like
Is it
medieval
really?
combat. Like yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, it's so cool. I watched this one where there was just this big ass dude, and he had a shield and a sword, and there was a smaller man, and the match starts, and the smaller man just goes and just runs at him, and the guy just goes with the shield, and just. I also watch they do like longsword, like you know how there's like kenpo and stuff. They do longsword fights now, and it's like based on the forms from like. The dark ages and the
That's
medieval
super
times, and it's like
cool.
with a broadsword. And I don't know if this is legal or not, but I watched this one, and this guy he like swings and his sword gets knocked out of his hand, so he just picks up the guy and slams him on the ground, and they just ended the match, and I was like, "Is that allowed?" And it's like they're not on a mat.
Yeah, they're in the mud.
It's just
No,
like
they're on a wooden
concrete?
floor.
Oh, wood?
Jeez.
And this guy
Did
just
he
goes,
like break his ribs or something
I was
like that?
"Oh."
Damn.
Wow.
Poor guy.
But I
Pretty
guess
tough.
that's allowed.
I mean, if he can't get up, how is he supposed to win, right?
Yeah, right.
Or tap out.
Like,
True.
Jeez.
like I was like, "Oh." I was
That's
like, I didn't
crazy, bro.
expect that.
I've been on a bare knuckle boxing binge. Have you seen any of that?
I can't as someone who like I have a pretty deep respect for martial arts. I cannot get behind bare knuckle boxing.
Have you seen the Polish people do it though?
I don't watch it.
It's just
They're
dumb.
monsters.
Yeah, but it's like it's just like it's like real fighting, but it just like takes the element of sport away, and now it's actually just
Now it's just violence.
it's actually just violence. You know what I mean?
I get that, but at a certain point, there's room for it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, there's an audience for it, but it's also
They're
one of
also
those.
signing up for this on purpose.
Yeah, but this is one of
Very-
those things where we just talked about how it's not sustainable to have athletes. There's already been like 6 deaths, and it's been around
That's
for like
true,
8
yeah.
months.
Oh my god.
That's
Like,
true.
like
serious?
it's not
Yeah,
sustainable.
people die.
You know, because
Oh,
dude,
what
you're
the
getting
fuck?
you're getting hit with.
Yeah,
All they do
I
is
know.
tape your shit up, like blunt trauma to the head by knuckles over and over again for potentially like I don't know how, like is it 3 rounds? 3 rounds.
Ugh.
And it's like what? How long are those rounds?
Is it like
2 or 3
MMA?
minutes.
Like they can use everything? Or
I think
is
it's
it
just
fist?
fists.
just
I think
fists.
it's just
Just
fists.
fisticuffs.
You were kicking each other in the head.
Dude,
Over and
You
over
don't
again.
kick each other-
You know, slap fight though.
You didn't let me fucking finish, dickhead.
Sorry.
If you were kicking each other in the head and bare knuckle boxing each other in the head, you'd be fucked.
That's true.
That shit would fuck you up.
Most of those guys, I don't think,
Sorry,
are
Ryan.
physically capable of kicking. They're very large.
I don't know. There's this dude in the MMA.
They're just
I mean,
powerful though.
Paulo Costa throws kicks, and he's like 180 pounds. I mean,
Yeah, but the people in like the Polish sport are like 300 minimum. If you go in there and you're not near
Poland,
250, you die.
Poland and Sweden. There's no weight classes.
No.
Oh,
What?
So this is another that just supports my opinion. It's just like I can't get behind this. It's not a sport anymore.
I don't
it's
think
literally
anyone has died in the Polish edition, at least though. I know in America they tried to replicate it and then kill people.
Yeah, because it's
But
bare fist.
for the Polish league, it has like the same running people as the Polish slap fight, and they're very good at what they do. So if it gets to a certain point, like if there's a good haymaker thrown, they will stop and check.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, I guess
there's blood everywhere. Probably,
yeah,
right?
No,
really?
no.
I feel like you'd be splitting shit open.
Yeah,
Not
like,
for Polish. It's like a little bit, but if
their
you
faces
start,
are just harder.
if you
Like,
get
what?
hit and you start fucking bleeding, they're like, no, all right, done.
That's
They
interesting.
don't even do that in like
MMA. They're
UFC.
just like
I know, but you're also not fucking ripping someone's face open with your knuckles and
Yeah,
like
that's
just
true.
bare fisting their nose.
it's very.
On
If
another
you break
hand-
someone's nose, you're gonna stop the match. That guy's not gonna win from there. He's just gonna get abused more.
Yeah, especially with bare like the impact of that a fist on your dude. I'm like we're just talking about head trauma right now. Fucking body shots, bro. Liver shots and like rib shots and shit. Bare knuckles from a guy that's 250 pounds. Just,
People also break limbs in like normal fights, like
Yeah.
UFC and
yeah.
But
Oh,
it's
like
just-
the kick where he like
Well, that was
kicks
just
someone and his
Anderson
leg, like,
Silva's wrapped.
around.
Yeah. Well, that was also just like that's like nuts. That's
that's not supposed to happen.
like a very interesting error.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
that's like a
not
not.
normal.
very very rare.
That's why you see kickboxers and people who practice Muay Thai, they'll like kick shit like that pole and they'll kick trees with their shins over and over and over and over again because it literally strengthens the muscle and the bone here. So that when they check kicks,
Yeah.
it might hurt the opponent more than it hurts them.
Mm-hmm.
Or vice versa. When they kick you, it's literally like an iron bar. Think about that. This comes across swinging with maximum. Like these guys are artists. They train to make that kick swing with maximum efficiency, maximum power, and this thing just goes right along your fucking cheekbone. Bye.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
I used to do martial arts, and we would have like sparring matches with each other, right? And whenever we would practice kicks or like learn kicks, you would have someone else pad with this basically like huge shield. It's almost like a riot shield, but it's made of like pretty thick foam. I'm sure you've seen one before.
Yeah.
It's for padding hits.
Yeah.
And there was this one guy named AJ. And AJ kicked so fucking hard that you could fully stance and pad it full force with this shield, and at the end you would take it off and your hands would just be like trembling. He kicked so hard. If you got hit in the head by that, I don't think there's anyone who stays awake.
It's just dangerous.
Dude, have you
Kind of
seen
sports, you got to know the risks.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean,
Like-
it's a combat sport. It's a fight at the
But
end
if
of
your
the day.
doctor hears about you doing bare knuckle shit,
He's like, you're an
He'll
idiot.
go
you're
fight
getting
iDubbbz.
you're getting blacklisted by insurance companies, doctors.
Oh yeah,
They're not gonna
It's
see
like
you.
you're a waste of money.
Exactly. So that's another thing. Like
That's
in America,
crazy.
at least.
I didn't even think about
I didn't do
that.
that.
Like
either.
you know, Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
He's blacklisted from all insurance companies.
Because he does his
shit.
own stunts.
Yeah, and he gets injured and fucks
I'm
himself
sure
up.
Tom Cruise must be too then.
A lot, I think. Yeah, probably the same.
I bet a lot of stunt doubles are probably
they can,
blacklisted.
but they can pay for that stuff.
Yeah, but at the
Exactly.
point that they're at,
Yeah.
but it's like imagine you're up and coming, and you maybe have like one gig, and you do your own stunts, and all the insurance companies are like,
No.
No.
and now you're just like,
Well,
Now what do you do?
Better try to
Especially if you
not hurt myself.
hurt yourself to the degree where you can't like do your career anymore.
and what's
And
all,
you're just
Yeah,
fucked.
that's
You're
true.
blacklisted.
and
Like,
I also do believe that the actors that do their own stunts don't like get paid more.
they don't.
You know what
they
I mean?
just have
They
a
do not.
passion. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
That was the first one I've ever heard from you.
I know, but they have
Yeah.
a passion for it.
Yeah.
They love what they do. That's why.
What? What just happened? Did I miss what just happened?
His voice cracked.
Oh, well, I missed it.
It's
so.
it's the testosterone.
You might have.
I'm on my fifth
You know,
cycle.
yeah.
Yeah, man. There's no way that they get paid more.
No, they don't.
No,
like I
Tom
don't.
Cruise very specifically makes a point.
Like, I don't
about
believe
doing his
they-
own stunts.
I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe they add like. It's not like they get this.
You know he stands on boxes though to make himself look taller.
Tom Cruise, yeah.
Well, think
Yeah, he's
about it.
tiny.
Well,
Maybe
Angelina
that's
Jolie is
funny.
like 5'10", bro, and he's like 5'5",
Yep.
5'6".
So he's standing on like a half a foot box.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he's super short, and he has a big head, so he looks good on camera.
Dude,
I was talking about that with my dad.
Oh, really?
Whenever they do him in Family Guy, he's the same height as Stewie, but his head is like...
Yeah, tiny Tom Cruise.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, every celebrity
He voices
is.
it too?
Yeah.
Every
Most-
celebrity
most
Appearance
people
is
know
done.
that.
Like the Ryan Reynolds one.
Yeah,
that's
I
fine.
love that one.
I love that one so much.
Ryan Reynolds is awesome.
In general.
I believe they did
episode,
Matthew
we talked about
McConaughey
it.
recently as well. That was probably funny as well.
What time are we at, big man?
We are at 50 minutes.
Can do a little intermission.
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
pee.
I also have to pee.
I wanna
We'll
drink
be
some
right
water.
back. Max, a word from Beyond.
Door.
We're back. Max, the Bible. Speak on that.
Go.
Yes. I'm gonna hear.
Nice, good job.
Well, there's a theory that, the Bible and basically just all religion was just the creation of people believing that they were like experiencing something divine, was just rooted in ancient people consuming psychedelics unknowingly, and obviously as an ancient person, you have no access to any kind of information about this stuff. You're just like, oh, look, some like mushrooms on the ground. Like, oh, it just rained. Like, oh, cool, mushrooms. And then you're walking through the forest and you're going home, and you're like, holy fuck! Like that bush is on fire. That's God. And then like there you have right away, boom, this tale of the burning bush from the Bible, and it's like, how else are you going to perceive that?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Or it's like an experience I had that really made me like it's a fun thing to talk about, but like I had a psychedelic experience about a year ago that really like I was like, oh, like this is what it would have been like. So I was tripping with a couple guys at this dude Mike's Cape House, and we took some mushrooms, and during the trip we went on a walk, and we were just like this particular trip was like very like cinematic. Like it felt like it like followed like a plot line almost, and like everything like set itself into like scenes, and it was
Fell
very
into like a movie.
yeah,
kinda.
it was very, and like you know how
Allegedly.
yeah, you know how when you're like on when you're on like when you take psychedelics, it kind of adds this like overwhelming sense of significance to like everything.
Yes.
So like everything that happens is like very, very significant. Like, oh shit, like this is absolutely like profound. Like everything. Like the fact that my brother was building like a card castle and none of us who were on mushrooms could do it. We were like, this is insane. Like this is a metaphor. Like this is so profound. Like, oh my God. But anyways, we're on this walk, right? And we turn this corner. There's like this big bus. So we like walk like, well, first of all, like I should probably premise this with, there was this gate that's usually pretty much every single time we go through it. Like you have to go through it. You just close it behind you. Like it's just you go through it to get to the beach. This time it was open, so automatically there's that sense of significance as well. And we're like we're supposed to be here. Like
Okay.
like someone opened this for us.
All right.
And there's this big bus parked like in the parking lot, and we walk like by the bus, and then as we turn the corner of the bus, there's these two foxes sitting on a hill like right in front of us, like literally like, and all of us just stop, like complete silence, just in like awe. We're like what? And like one of them was just sitting on top of the hill, just staring at us, like, and it was like a full moon too. Like this night was crazy, like full moon, dark skies, like you can hear the tide crashing, and we're just staring at these two foxes.
What
It's
the hell?
insane.
It's beautiful.
And what's crazy is like we had this whole experience with the foxes, and we were like the significance of that, and like just what, like none of us knew like what this like obviously it's just a bunch of dudes tripping balls, and we're just like, this is like, what does this mean? But like, you think about that, and it's like, imagine you're an ancient person, and you do take mushrooms or some kind of psychedelic substance, right? And you're just like, and you have no knowledge of any of this. Like, you don't understand that
it's a thing.
That it's
or
a
like
thing.
What it
Like,
does,
this is
or,
real to you. Like, this is very, very real and vivid to you. It's like a walking dream. And who knows, maybe some like an experience that came to mind for me was like, imagine you're walking with a person and a usually horrifying predator, like a bear or like a mountain lion, like a very dominant land predator, crosses paths with you and just leaves you alone. You would be like, you would get back to your village and be like, I just met fucking God.
Yeah.
Like, how else would you describe that as an, like, there's nothing, like, I don't see another like way that it was formed. The only other like thing that I can see that created religion was just people telling stories to explain what they saw happening around them, because again, the same reason they have no way to actually, why does it lightning? Like, why does lightning happen and why does thunder follow? It's like, oh, well, Zeus. Like, you know what I mean? And they're like,
yeah,
who is Zeus? And he's like, oh, he's the king of the gods. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, he's like, and his brother is like Poseidon, and he controls the ocean. And they're like, oh, so like he's the king of fish. And they're like, yeah. And it's like, oh, obviously. Like, you know what I mean?
Does make sense.
You know what I mean? It's like, and oh, when a giant tidal wave washes away a coastal city, it's like, oh, it's not because seismic plates moved and like caused a shockwave and sent a tsunami across the ocean. It's like, oh, like we didn't give enough offerings to the sea god.
Yeah.
It's like, because they can't like imagine why else would they just be punished. You know what I mean? Because to them, it's like the gods are punishing them.
There's just like no concept of the world around them. It's just what they have.
It's just what they're experiencing, and they have to. And we're mammals. We're information based. Like, we're especially us as primates. Like we like patterns. We love patterns. So we try to explain shit because it's like, well, I need to know why it's happening.
There's like a million videos on YouTube of just explaining things that really don't need to be explained.
Exactly. It's like
just looking for patterns that don't exist or that the creator didn't intend, and then you find them anyway, and the creator's like,
I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, sure, Dumbledore's gay.
Yeah, and it's
Go
like,
for it.
Like, whatever. If that's,
exactly.
If that's your Dumbledore, that's your Dumbledore. It's like, whatever. But what's also another thing that really got me that I'm kind of remembering is the whole golden rain thing.
What is that? I'm not.
So
familiar.
like there's a lot of references in mythology to like golden rain. I'm more familiar with like Greek and Roman mythology.
Me as well.
I've never like read the Bible.
Yeah.
But I'm familiar with some of the stories. And I believe in the Bible there is a story about golden rain. And it's essentially God is the golden rain. And in Greek mythology there's a story where this princess gets locked up in a tower because she's falling in love with Zeus. Mm-hmm. And so Zeus comes to her in the tower in the form of golden rain. And that's how I believe that's Perseus in the story with the Kraken and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Like I believe that's his mother. The whole golden rain thing being associated with God is fucked up is because what happens every time after it rains? Mushrooms start popping up out of the earth.
Oh.
So it's like after a while, these people start to associate that, oh, this mushroom brings you into the streamlight state, and you become like, because they eventually they learned like, oh, like this mushroom isn't just like food.
No,
like this is a portal to another dimension, and so like they associate, and the only way you can describe that a psychedelic experience as an ancient person with no like nothing. You have it's just happening to you. That's God. Like that rain fell and those mushrooms came up out of that shit and you ate that mushrooms and then you had a vivid and profound experience. The only way you can explain that is God.
Yeah, I mean.
And then eventually this is some dude's grandpa that's like, I saw God. Tells that story to his son, tells that story to his son, who tells that story to his son, who then writes it all down, and then you have the fucking Bible. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, because nowadays it's God, but on the other hand, science. Back then there was God or
Yeah, it was
God.
it was just
It's
there was
just God.
Yeah, there was no anything. It's just literally like just what you are experiencing.
Anything you couldn't explain was God.
Exactly.
Like
that's
there was
literally
nothing else to prove that wrong.
It's insane to think that we travel so easily. Like across a state line, for example, people back then would never have even left like something the size of a town.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
the
true.
outside was just proclaimed danger.
Yeah, and it was just unknown, like what's out there.
That's insane to think about, man. Because we have knowledge of countries across the world.
We can see
And we
pictures
make
of them.
fun of them online on Twitter, and we call Xi Jinping like a big Winnie the Pooh man, and then he bans Winnie the Pooh in China.
Like that's a
that
real thing.
happen?
What?
Yeah, that's a real thing
That's
that happened.
crazy.
Dude, you know that China initially rescinded. You know when Overwatch came out.
Yeah.
You know May,
Yeah.
how she's like
I knew
chubby.
this, actually, yeah.
They like rescinded it, and they were like, we can't release it in here because your Chinese character's too fat.
Yeah, I did know of that one.
So I don't know. So I don't know if they changed her character model or if they were, because China played in the tournaments. So
They changed it. May was originally supposed to be more heavier set.
well, she is in like the American game. The
I know,
American
but
version.
they released like skins for her, and then you see the body dimensions are obviously not what it would look like on a real person. It's like very clearly a thin stomach. Like, have you seen those skins?
No.
Here, I'll look it up.
That doesn't make sense, bro.
Well, because it's also like
So much of China's obese.
true as well, and also it's like that. Like she's supposed to be like an Inuit, like she's like an Eskimo. That's her whole character design. It's like Eskimos need to have a little bit more fat on them. They're in the cold. Period.
Yep.
It's like that's her whole thing, and she's like an ice explorer. Like she looks like an Inuit. Like it's part of her everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's part of her character design. Like,
I don't see why they would do that.
and it's not like she's obese. Like she's not. It's not Roadhog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
All right, look. So this is what she looks like in the game.
yeah, like that's May.
She's obviously, or not obviously, but she looks like a little heavier set, right?
Yeah, she's bigger.
She's also got
She's got a
she's
huge
also-
fucking coat on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then you look at the other skins that the game has released, and it's kind of like,
And it's like, okay.
Jesus,
dude. Yeah.
It's like,
and they just garrote her waist.
it's like, thank you, China.
Oh yeah.
So I think their workaround was kind of giving her big clothes, but it's really unfortunate that they had to change it.
Yeah, well,
It's
just
crazy
like
that
you're
that was
fucking-
even a topic that
Exactly.
was brought out. It's so
exactly.
sad.
That's the real fucking banger.
That's the problem.
Yeah. L
Roadhog's
China.
fine.
L China, bro.
Well, yeah, because he's fucking Australian. They were probably like, yeah, like,
Yeah, that's what they are.
that's our dude.
Nice.
Oh, and the other one's Junkrat. This is the best game ever. Like they were probably like,
Aussies probably looked at the cast for Australians and they're like, yeah, he's right.
yeah, it's like it. All right.
Oh yeah, look at that guy.
And they gave fucking Captain America a gun and called him Soldier 76, and they were
That's
like,
true.
America.
Honestly, if you're American, you look at Soldier 76 and you're like, yeah, that's every action movie protagonist I've seen.
Combined into one and aged 400 years.
I'm glad they gave
400
him like a dad costume because it really did fit well.
Yeah. Also, he was gay.
Was he gay?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I remember we
I
told
might have known
Cooper, we
that.
told Cooper that, and he didn't like it. Because like one of the comics came out apparently, and he had a boyfriend or something.
Oh yeah, I remember
One of
that.
the Overwatch comics came out.
Tracer was also gay, but I think we knew that for a while, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Zarya as well.
That was never a surprise.
I mean, neither was.
Soldier,
I shouldn't say those things.
Zarya, dude. Okay, Zarya's a 6'4" ripped chick with short pink hair.
I know, but
she fucks
maybe
chicks.
maybe she
Like,
maybe she likes smaller guys. Maybe she likes tossing them around.
Is it in the lore that she's gay?
Yeah.
so,
She's gay.
Well, I don't know. Let me look it up.
Dude,
and she's Russian, dude. That doesn't have anything to do with
That's-
homosexuality,
what?
but that's just
it
another.
does add, like, the
Wasn't
voice
that
is
not
quite
okay?
deeper. And,
I just
like,
want everyone
Huh?
at home
Isn't
to
that
know.
not okay in Russia?
It's okay for women, but it's not okay if men are gay in Russia.
That
I
is,
believe.
that's so backwards.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's like okay for girls, but it's like not okay at all. Like, you know, it's like kind of okay. You know what I mean? Like,
so they have
quotations,
like no women in their like government system because it's like guys are like, I mean that's pretty hot, but I don't want to see any of that.
That's basically it.
That's awful,
Dude,
man.
I don't get men at all. Like, what? Where is there?
Monkey brains. Like, it's
That's
literally
so
at the
I have monkey
at the
brain.
basic, yeah, but at the basis of every single horrible and bad decision that every powerful person's ever made, it's come down to monkey brain. It's like, why am I doing this?
So, like,
At the
Harry
end of the day.
Truman dropping nukes on Japan, he was like, "Me want big fire." And
We
pressing buttons.
just got new nukes and we've been fighting for too long. I want to end the war now. It's like monkey brain. Oh, and I get to use a new toy. Bet. Like, yeah.
From what I found online, it's just a pissing match back and forth between she's gay and she's straight, and no one knows.
She's
So,
gay. She's gay.
Probably gay. But
I mean, hey, I'm gonna stick with the mindset that she likes guys like Tom Cruise.
Although, dude, she does shoot balls out of her gun.
Oof.
Oh, okay. She shoots balls out of her gun, and her thing is a fucking laser beam. She shoots.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise is a Scientologist, so
okay,
All right.
that just proves us wrong.
all
right.
I guess.
thank you.
and now a word from our sponsor.
We don't have a sponsor today, do we?
No,
No, we don't.
I don't think so.
No one that's paying us, Tristan.
Not today. Yeah.
All right.
Now a word.
Okay.
Now a word from our Max.
Door.
Oh, well, this isn't news, but I have a little thing I can talk about.
It's thing time.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, pussy.
All
right, go.
I know.
That's his thing.
Whatever.
Go.
All right. So I'm doing OSHA training
Cool.
Oh, I saw this in the Slack.
Screw that, bro.
for work.
What, like an OSHA 10?
Yeah.
Wait, so now you're going to be one of the guys that comes down on people for committing OSHA violations?
No, I don't.
No, he
You're
just
a workplace cop?
no, he's
It's
he's
just
avoiding the
training.
cops.
I'm trying to know what to avoid. It's like if police came and like made you a video of all the things you shouldn't do.
Yeah, it's basically it.
Don't do that.
No.
But basically, it's like don't stand on the top of ladders. If there's like two big structures, don't stand in the middle of them because you're gonna get crushed.
Wearing like your hard hat and shit.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
dumb.
okay.
But I'm convinced that the guy who does the voice for the OSHA training, I mean, he does the voice for the 10, the 30, the 50. There's 50-hour training courses where this guy just narrates like slides.
You got to pay for that, though. I mean,
No, but this is my theory.
He
My
stays
theory,
awake the whole
my
time.
theory is that he is a very big virgin.
that's just how he
Why?
sounds.
I don't know. He just seems like he would be a virgin.
We need some
Contextualizes a virgin
I just like it came to
from
me while
voice specifically.
like describe to me the man that appears in your head when you hear his voice.
Okay.
Also, the fact that you can decipher it in your own head from the scripts that other people have written him. He's just a guy reading a script, and you're like, dude, this guy had no pussy.
no way. All right.
A voice with no.
You go to a bar, right? You're a young lass looking for some hot tail. All right. You go to a bar. This guy tells you that he reads a slideshow.
He doesn't say that. He says he's a voice actor.
I thought
Are
you
you
were
an idiot?
I thought you were gonna leave. I thought you were going. You go into a bar and you meet in Lice Laughs, and some dude comes up and just goes.
That's a violation. Exactly.
Just don't stand on the top of a ladder. Like
That was my next point. Is what the fuck is he going to talk about?
ladder.
Please keep multiple contact points on the ladder at
Exactly.
all times.
If you're walking
Tristan,
down the road
Tristan.
and he like sees someone, he's like, "That's a violation!" Just flips his shit.
Like, he doesn't have to be that way.
Think, Tristan.
Yeah.
Not everyone
He's
is
a
like
virgin. Like no one wants to fuck that.
Tristan,
Not
we
everyone
were
is like
Tristan,
you.
we were actors. He's just an actor that got hired to read
No.
a script.
No.
Yes.
Like it's
No,
just
voice
that.
acting.
No,
It's
he
like
wanted to
it's
control
like-
people.
It's like
he
was
wants
I,
to say, "Don't fucking do
It's
that."
like was I actually going crazy and trying to kill you when we were in Macbeth? No, I was an actor.
No.
Whoa!
This is the only time where I
was
believe
acting?
that the actor was not acting, and this is his.
So you're
actual
telling me
thoughts.
that this guy woke up one day and wrote a book about
He didn't
all the
write
things
book.
you
He
shouldn't.
didn't even have to write it.
So it's-
all he had to do was volunteer for the job.
So it's a
saying
voice
that you
actor.
want this job is like
They were probably just like, we need you to read a script. Here's the book.
It's
And
not
then he walked.
saying that you want a job. It's like, here's a voice acting gig for probably.
Did you just grab that out of the air?
you grab a moth. You grab a moth.
What?
Do you have a moth in your hand?
He has a moth in his
Don't slap the
I didn't mean to. Sorry, Mike. He just went. Did he look? Did he look at it? It took him 2 tries. Only 2.
Well, that's completely distracting.
Friend required.
Ocean Man's a virgin. That's just all you need to know.
No, I was saying something, but what was it? Is it gone from everyone?
He's just voice acting.
He's just a voice actor. At the end of the day.
All right,
No,
he
I
probably
just hate
gets
him.
paid so much.
Well, I mean,
hate
you have to
the
listen to
OSHA.
him for 50 hours. I understand that.
And think about
Yeah.
how many companies use OSHA.
all of them.
No, this guy
Yes,
got,
this
probably
guy
got paid
got
a lot.
bank for that, dude.
Like
But he can't tell anyone what he did
OSHA's a
because no
federal
girl wants to
program,
fuck
so-
that
But
guy.
he can also
Everyone.
just say he's a voice actor, which I think is a sexually appealing job. He's definitely
He's
also
like the
done
pacer
gigs.
test guy.
Who also probably got paid bank.
Fitness Pacergram test guy has such a sultry voice. Are you kidding me?
I'm just saying. that's
Pacergram.
But Fitness is a multi-stage
aerobic.
Instagram pacer test thing.
Fitness Gram.
No, but he reads OSHA.
That's
He just this is what they do. They see you standing on not the top of the ladder, the one below that. If you stand on that, it's like a $3,000 fine.
I know.
So don't stand on that.
You just get fucked. Imagine being a small business. You don't have the money to buy a 10-foot ladder or some shit like that. And you're reaching up. You're on the last rung. You get it. And then a fucking OSHA guy comes in and goes, "That's a violation." Those guys are all fucking virgins, and they can suck someone's dick so they can finally not be
But
virgins
Tristan,
or
think about America before OSHA.
whatever.
Dude, do you know how many people died building like the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
Because
I don't
OSHA
want-
didn't exist?
You want to hear about something fucked up?
Building any building back then.
Want to hear my personal favorite worst
out,
OSHA
guys.
violation story?
You have an OSHA violation story?
I didn't commit it.
Okay.
I'm just telling the story.
All right, go ahead.
You know how they make tuna, canned tuna?
Yeah.
No.
They I think
don't know how to make
they like flash cook it or something. Basically, they press it and all the friction and all the it just goes. They like flash cook it.
Oh.
So these big rooms, which are just big pressure cookers, essentially. Somehow, some way, they forgot to check if everyone was out of the room before they pressure cooked the tuna.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Dude.
Oh, look, there's Jerry. Cooked into the tuna. OSHA violation.
Yeah, you killed your
He's
coworker.
dead. No, he's dead. Dead. You're dead.
You knew this person?
No, it's just this
Okay.
is just a story I've so I don't know if it's true, but this is why we need OSHA.
That's
No, I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, I'm okay with OSHA.
How do you?
I
You just
how do
don't like the
not
people that
check?
work there?
I just don't
How do you
like
not
them.
check?
I don't know.
Oh, the guy who stocks the tuna is nowhere around. Let's cook the tuna now.
Maybe he like pissed off a mafia boss and they were like, all right, he's swimming
Oh,
he's,
maybe- it
he's
could have
cooking
been
with
like
the
an
fishes.
orchestrated hit.
Like it could have been an orchestrated hit. The other fucked up workplace accident I've heard about is somewhere in Brazil some dude got eaten by a snake at work. Like a big python.
Oh, he like actually got consumed.
Like they were on a job or whatever in the jungle and they were like, yo, where the fuck's Tom? And then they were like, all right, whatever. Like Tom just probably got eaten by a tiger or something because it's the jungle and like no one gives a fuck because they're just like there's tigers. And then a couple days go by and big snake comes onto the camp and they cut it open and Jerry's in there, like Tom's in there, and they're like, oh, that's where Tom went. Big ass snake just ate him.
Oh,
My God.
like where does that start? Like, do they just like slither up on you like real quick?
No,
imagine the venom
you'd have to be.
kills.
Those constrictors aren't venomous.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. That's why I'm asking.
That's why they constrict.
Yeah,
That's how they kill you.
They're ambushed. Well, so they wouldn't. It wouldn't never like
Oh, do they? Like,
it wouldn't
crush
attack
first?
you. Yeah, they would just wrap around you and basically just crush you.
Okay.
And then, but I don't think they attack you. They don't attack like awake
that are
animals.
walking, yeah.
They attack sleeping things.
Oh.
And they sneak up on it and then they wrap and then they start constricting. And then they smush it and then they put it into their mouth.
But
Damn.
But like, how did it come about that he was asleep?
He was probably asleep by himself, or maybe he fell asleep drunk or whatever, and then the snake just found him, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're wrapped in 25, 30 foot of snake that's as thick as you.
Yeah, I mean,
Bye.
you're dead.
See you later.
Yeah, you can't. There's no getting out of that.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah, like you're literally...
Imagine like being swallowed by a snake though. Like, what does that even?
Because you're probably still...
You're alive.
You're alive for the most part.
Deer are alive. You can see the deer like kicking
Yeah.
and shit in the.
Yeah. Most animals...
That's a bad day.
Animals love eating other animals alive. They love doing it. Like frogs just eat other frogs, and the frog just is in their mouth. Just
Really?
Yeah.
dude, one time me and Xavier when we were little, we're catching frogs in the pond in our backyard, and we caught this big ass bullfrog, and we were like, bet, threw him in that shit. Caught this little guy, and we were like, bet, threw him in that shit. And we went to go look for more frogs. When we went back, we were like, we only got one frog. I know we caught 2 frogs. We look in the bullfrog, and there's a little foot sticking out of its mouth, just going, and we picked them up, and you can literally feel, because frogs, I don't know if you've ever like really like looked at the physiology of a frog, but it's basically just brain, stomach, and then legs.
It's very simple.
And with enough legs to bounce them from meal to meal. It's basically just it's just mouth, stomach. So it's like, I picked that bullfrog up, and I could feel that little frog wiggling around in his tummy. Like,
My God.
Yikes!
and it's just like, rest in peace, little dude. See you in
what'd
the,
you
like,
do?
GG, see you in the next one. Like,
I watched a video of, I think it was like a seagull just eating a whole rabbit the other day.
Oh,
alive?
Yeah.
How?
He
A
like
seagull?
snagged the back of him.
I don't, seagulls are pretty big.
do they eat meat?
They eat anything.
They eat anything.
Yeah, they're demons.
They're literally demons.
He snagged the head, and then he just like kind of tilted up, and it was like kicking around, and then he would just like slowly crane back and go like,
Yeah, and just eat it.
yeah,
I
just consume.
So I used to live on a pond, and we had there's a great blue heron.
I love those things.
They're awesome. They're majestic.
So cool. They're
are-
so
And
cool.
we had a
looking.
little beach, and like a couple of trees next to the beach, and the great blue heron fucking flew in, went over, like was just like walking around on our shore, and picks up a fish, throws it up, catches it, swallows it, walks over towards the tree, and then a fucking chipmunk like ran by it, and he just went rah, grabbed it, threw it up again, swallowed it whole.
Damn.
One time when I was on a date with a girl, I showed her how herons hunt. We were on this little boardwalk,
Yeah.
and I was like, in
got it.
bleep, yeah. And there's this like waterfall, right? And it's like really scenic, and it was like really pretty and everything. It was really nice, right? And there's herons fishing, and like the waterfall's coming this way down like a river, and I'm like, well, they're obviously eating fish that are coming through. And like as I'm explaining this to her, like as I'm explaining this to this girl that I'm with, I see a heron go and like tilt its head towards the water, and then just snag a fish. Right in front of us, and I was like, just like that. And I still got head. So basically, it's good. Like, herons
Why
work.
is that the moral?
Herons
Max?
will get you head.
I'm just letting you know, you
Why
can
is that the
you can
moral?
talk, you can literally be a nature like basically give someone a live nature documentary narration, and they still might be sexually attracted to
I
you.
guess that's true, yeah. Fuck
So
you,
I'm just
Kristen.
letting you know that there's hope.
It all circles back. OSHA
all
guy
circles
could
Like,
like that.
there's hope. That's the
I'm sorry, but like he's got one body. 2.
Yeah, but
Max.
that's not a virgin.
Not this Max.
Max.
I have 2 bodies.
Yeah,
At least.
2.
Max has 2 Max.
I have 2 bodies.
One he uses on Sunday, and he kind of like slips into it. It's his skin suit.
Ah.
It's for
Yeah,
public.
taking a
That's,
weird direction
that's for
here.
public consumption.
Oh.
He puts it on when he goes to restaurants.
I'm like, hey, baby. Could make you one of these too.
Oh Lord.
What if you just like mix and mash like different like parts? Like you have two different arms and you like Frankenstein yourself, kind of.
And I'm thinking make him like a patchwork, man. Like you got to get one person, like the ultimate, like what's that? Like an ombre, man. When like girls ombre their hair and it like fades. You just get every single skin tone and just shade. You know what I'm saying?
Like
You
Michael
could probably
Jackson.
tan
shit.
that actually if you wanted to.
You think you could ombre yourself a tan?
I think
Like you think you could tan an ombre?
Over-
How do you say that?
I don't know.
How would I say that?
Is it
Ombre.
ombre?
Well, no, I'm saying like it's an ombre, but like you get an like I don't even know how you use that word properly in a sentence. You tan ombre, right? Like is that? I don't think that's right.
Ombre style?
Tan ombre style, broski, like.
But I feel like if you're tanning over periods of time and you specifically tan like if you were to cover certain areas and then as you tan more over the days you wear like a slightly longer shirt and slightly longer pants and you just get like slowly just a fade tone of pure tan throughout your whole body.
What would this achieve?
Yeah.
Nothing, but
You'd have
Cancer.
an ombre
it
tan.
would be funny.
Yeah,
Have you-
you'd have selective.
Have you guys seen the cheetah guy?
What?
There's a guy in I think he's Swedish.
Of course.
And don't say corpse. He put like these little like spots on him, right? Like these little pieces of paper, and then he would go and tan. And those pieces of paper would like reflect the sun. It was like UV blocking paper, and
So they
then he
wouldn't
would
be-
tan over and over again. And he had like a leopard print like built into his skin just
Oh.
from tanning. It looked like he had a disease.
Yeah, I mean, he's like,
do
look what I did, man. And it's like you look like you had. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's like if you want a surefire way to let everybody that sees you know that you got something interesting going on up here, do that.
That's true.
Yeah, a
For
little
sure.
bit.
Do that.
Definitely a way to get there.
That's definitely a choice. That's
Yeah.
how I would
Yeah,
put
that's
that.
a choice you make.
Yeah, that's a
consciously.
choice.
What do you
That's-
guys? What's the weirdest body mod for you? Because I've seen so many of them. Have you guys seen the fucking devil
the
horns?
horns, bro.
Dude, it's
Probably the horns are the ones
crazy.
that cut their tongue in half.
That's hot.
true.
That's pretty cool.
What?
They
I
can-
wouldn't want to do that, but
hear me out.
Okay,
Hear me
hold
out.
on.
No,
hold on.
no.
it's the rap for me.
Hear me out. Hear me out. They can move them independently.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
They can move those heads independently.
I know, but
Dude, think about it.
I rest my case.
get your head out
How?
of the fucking
How
gutter,
does that-
guys. Come on.
Because your
it's all nerves.
tongue is actually that there's a muscle that splits it down the middle and it's actually two primary muscles. And so by removing that, those
why
two
you can
muscles
roll your
gain
tongue,
independence.
That's why I can roll into a tube like
So
that.
there's just nothing connecting there, so you can just do that because they're not holding this. They're not. There's no anything holding them together.
Is there any other part of your body that works like that?
Not don't get any ideas.
Don't like cut your dick in half. Yeah. Don't do that.
No, it will move.
I could do like a real helicopter. Just
all I'm saying,
It would be a discussion before. Like,
no, some girl would just.
Why did
you would notice it? I feel.
Well,
like.
yeah,
Like as soon as
dude.
if you're talking to someone like as
How do you
close,
not?
like
You
as
can't not
exactly, like you would be like, is your tongue? Do you have a forked tongue? Like
the second someone has a tongue piercing, it's one of the first things you see when you talk to them.
yeah, 'cause it's like right here. Like your tongue's pretty much
They're
as
like,
soon as
oh,
you
you have
open
a
your
tongue
mouth,
piercing,
your
cool.
tongue's right there. Like
Yeah.
you would see it. Like
yeah.
you'd
Don't
be
ever-
like that chick's like that person's got a fucking
That is a snake human.
yeah, like that's a forked tongue.
That's a
is Mark
snake
Zuckerberg.
human.
Hey, all I'm saying,
It'd be cool to go to see.
I'd be hit me up.
Interesting.
You fucking assholes.
Horny guys just
I'm
over there.
All right, listen.
It's just
Are
for
we
science.
settled on no
Proud of you
work?
for not
I'm not
being
a-
horny.
For
I'm
science.
Thank
not
you.
attracted
For
to
science.
that,
For
but it would be
science?
For
cool.
science.
Exactly.
Are you gonna
No,
write a
this
study?
is some for research purposes
No,
bullshit
that's
over
science.
here. That's not science.
Research is science.
Yeah, you watch
I
it
have
for
a
the plot.
hypothesis.
I want a hypothesis.
And I need
Going into this.
and the
I'm not.
What's the
doing it,
theory?
but-
and the only dependent variable
It's
is a
good.
forked tongue.
If girl splits tongue,
Is
then
head good?
gawk is amazing
head better than it
because
already-
two
Of forked
independent
tongue.
muscles. That's a full hypothesis.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is that a
Such a man conversation.
Yeah,
been a
it's
man
really bad. This is a
conversation the whole
boys'
time.
club.
yeah?
This is a boys' club episode. What about the horns, though? The
No.
horns are
I ain't into
crazy.
that.
No.
Fuck no, that's
Horns
fucking
are
weird.
gross.
Or
How
like
do you
the,
do that?
Well, they cut a little slit and then they put like either some kind of substance, a hard substance like metal or whatever, probably something that's like antiseptic so it doesn't just get infected, and they just put under the first layer of the skin.
Dude, if you
People in certain cultures do it to their dicks.
Oh,
Fuck that.
What?
It improves sexual performance.
But
Because
who
it's-
wants to fuck that?
The people that are in these cultures,
But is it like a...
like you know, like a ribbed condom, ribbed wiener,
What do they put in? What
like
do they put in?
beads, rocks, whatever. I don't know.
Is it like even?
I don't know. I've never seen a ribbed cock.
Can we pull up a picture from
I don't see it.
no, we cannot.
the guy?
Thank
Come on,
you.
here, pull that up.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
No.
No,
that's a thing.
I don't want to see it. I'm just trying to imagine
like,
what's
okay.
how is
imagine
that possible?
Killmonger, but wiener.
Ugh.
So he just has HPV.
Killmonger made me feel gross.
I don't know. I
That
think he
thing
looks badass,
No.
and that's also a real thing. Like
Yeah,
that's
I know
body
that-
mod.
I know that's
a
real.
very old form of body modification. I believe.
That shit looks gross though.
Well,
I hate,
But
like,
think about it. Think about it. Back then, if you're like a fucking warrior going into battle, and you come across this dude who looks like he has scales, fuck.
And it's like every person he's
You know,
killed.
and it's like the same reason why the Vikings used to straighten their hair up and paint it white and paint themselves blue and then run naked into battle. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
like
that's true.
and like the whole
scare factor.
the haka or whatever that the Polynesians used to do, their war dances when they'd cover themselves in tattoos and all these tattoos and do that.
Yeah.
It's so your enemy's like, nah,
People are fucking
yeah, like
crazy.
nah, I don't want that. I don't want the smoke. Like
yeah.
that's
Well,
where
yeah,
it comes from.
if your whole like culture is based around war and like fighting people, I understand the appeal of doing certain things to make your
At that point, it's literally like a tactical advantage.
yeah. It's like yeah, you're gonna freak the fucking shit out of them, but I don't know. I don't like the bumps. Those things.
No, I would never.
I obviously don't want
I
it,
don't want
but just like seeing it on someone else, I'd be kind of
I want to touch it. I want to feel it,
what it would feel like.
but I just want to feel it.
Oh, you know what I heard? All right, so everything that you see ever, you can imagine what it would feel like to lick it.
What?
Legit everything. Look at anything and imagine licking it. You know what that feels like on your tongue.
I don't know what Max's big toe feels like on my tongue.
That's
But
true.
imagine like your finger, but like fatter and like probably whatever it tastes like.
And
But it's not what it tastes like. It's what it would feel like on your tongue.
What if you have a bad imagination?
And you're fucking stupid.
Then you'd think rubber tastes like vanilla.
What do you think babies lick shit like to like know?
I thought you were gonna say, "What do you think a baby tastes like?"
Yeah, I
That's where I thought that was going.
No.
Good.
glad you know we're all on the same page.
Jesus.
They have a lot, dude. The macros on a baby.
How many grams of
You're
protein are
talking
in a
about
baby?
spiders for
Don't even get me started. That's like.
Newborn?
Oh, speaking of macros, I think like a gram of uranium has like 19 billion calories.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So basically,
But
You just like
But what are you
grow
gonna
muscle
do
it
with
mass.
comes with consequences.
become God.
No, you would die.
I would be able to squat so deep that the earth would crumble below me.
Probably.
But you can't eat uranium, can you?
You
You
can't.
can eat anything, Tristan. There's just consequences for the uranium.
And live? Do I have to?
That wasn't in the question. And
Yeah,
first
you
of
didn't-
all,
you didn't
so yes, and
phrase that
second, you can't. So I'm gonna try it.
That's fair.
Where are you
That's
going to get
honestly
uranium?
The uranium store.
Yeah.
I'll
It's like
just
dark
pull up.
matter. You can just pick it up.
Yeah, I'll just pull up, be like, "Yo,"
Let me get 1 cup of uranium.
and then
please.
become God,
Let me bite that shit.
and then just
But 19 billion, like, is that actually the number?
it's something.
number?
It's like it's in the millions or billions of calories.
Well, what does
Like,
your body
theoretic-
do? What does your body do with millions of calories?
I would become God. I would become God. Like that energy would just like Naruto type shit, like opening the 8th gate.
Has anyone ever
basically.
consumed uranium?
No, you.
Yes,
No.
actually.
What?
Yeah, there was some.
Did they live?
There was some kid's toy that it was like a play lab science thing back
What?
in like the 40s or something.
How do you actually.
They had uranium to like play with because they didn't know, or it might have been like plutonium. I don't know
Some
what it
kind
was,
of-
but
some-
they like played with it.
Some
and
kind of
died.
radioactive metal that they didn't understand was
Yeah.
radioactive was being used in probably trace amounts
Yes.
for kids' toys.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There is a chance.
There could be a chance.
I heard a pretty good.
I think they died though, man.
God.
Go ahead.
I have a hypothetical.
Okay. Shoot, big shoots.
Do you want to do the thing? He has no idea about it. He doesn't watch the show. Bum, bum, bum.
These topics are horrible. It's time for a hypothetical. You didn't join in on our jingle, Max.
You're supposed to know that.
We have a song.
We told you.
One of our guests
we
left.
briefed you
when
on
we
it.
heard that
First of
song.
all, I wasn't even told that I wasn't supposed to use my last name. Do you really believe these knuckleheads? Like, it's... Come on.
we told him
That's
just
fair.
not to use bad words.
That was the
Certain
only rule
ones.
I had, so we ruled out all slurs.
All right.
Which was already prefaced in
That
the
is a rule
conversation.
for people.
That's preface for most conversations.
Nah.
beforehand.
Oh.
If
should be.
you guys were, you know how in like RPG games when you kill like an enemy or a boss, they'll drop like loot equated to them?
Yes.
What is your loot? If you guys are like a game entity, a boss, a character, if someone slays you for loot, what are you dropping?
Like half an eighth of weed and a lighter.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Probably like a bong and a teddy bear.
And
with
if there's
the
any
ears chewed
frogs in my
off.
pocket, they can have those too, I guess.
Frogs.
Is there like
frogs.
a 50% chance of frog drop?
Yeah, it's you have to grind it if you want the frogs.
What's the rarest like 1% item that they could get from you? Like 1 in a million.
The turtle.
Turtle there.
Yeah, it's 1 out of a million
Yeah.
days that you would have the turtle.
Exactly. It's like there's one if you kill me one day that I have the turtle, that's your
You get the turtle.
that's your
true.
fucking turtle.
He's your Pokemon now.
It's exactly like Pokemon battles. You kill other Pokemon trainers and take their pets for money.
Imagine just going to like house to house with your turtle and just throwing it at their pet.
Die, fool! Like my turtle is unstoppable.
turtle mom.
Yeah. Some dude's Chihuahua just gets its.
I think a Chihuahua is a one bite concept.
Yeah, no, I think that thing takes one chunk out of its midsection. Peace out.
No, I think
in
literally,
half.
like you see a Chihuahua straight on, snapping turtle looks at it, he just like extends like Pac-Man. Just
Pac-Man
hungry,
does not
hungry hippo.
extend.
hungry.
Pac-Man does not extend.
he grows.
Long Pac-Man,
How would that look? Would he just like stretch out?
like a millipede without any legs,
long.
and
It's
just
like Snake, but it's Pac-Man.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it
Alright.
looked like. You have more surface area for the ghost to murk you.
That's true. It's harder. It's like pro
Like you could be
Pac-Man.
going through you'd be making a turn and the ghosts are still on trying to like chase your tail. That's still
Long Pac-Man is more skillful than normal Pac-Man.
It'd be kind of fun, honestly.
Long Pac-Man?
dude. Pac-Man's not fun.
What?
No, it's
Fuck
not
you.
that fun.
Pac-Man is fun.
It's
We
so
should finish
infuriating.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Tristan, what are you dropping?
Some wire nuts.
That's fair. But I bet
He
Nick-
hates when I talk about electrical stuff, but that's my fucking job.
Speaking of
annoying.
electrical stuff, did you notice that box has no cover on it?
Yeah.
Does that make you
violation.
angry?
I looked at it and I just chose to ignore it.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm at a point now where like shit's fucked up and I know it's fucked up, but I'm not gonna show I can fix it unless someone pays me.
Yeah.
That's
But
an
not gonna
American
pay.
mindset right there.
I dropped some wire nuts, a skateboard or like my longboard or something. Then the player who kills me can ride a skateboard around. Like that's pretty awesome. Like a game where you have to run everywhere and they like a character drops a skateboard. That's
That's
dope.
pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
It's alright.
Just saying. Oh, and my big bulborious cock.
Okay, well, you can't drop that.
You can.
You can cut it off.
That's what I was gonna say.
Is he going to?
If you want.
Depends on if it's a brutal player or
How
someone
much
who
does it sell
is
for
jealous.
in, like, the town market?
Well, you've already talked about selling dicks.
That
before.
depends on-
selling foreskin.
that
We talked about
depends.
that.
Yeah, but how much?
It depends.
This is if you're dropping loot. Like, in this world, what can he sell it for? What is it? Why is your cock useful? Is it useful?
There's like you like fight Medusa and it's
What?
you
Your
fucking-
cock. Wait,
you-
Perseus. Wait, what?
Your
have to
cock
hit the cock.
turns people to stone.
The holy cock.
If you hold your
It blocks it. It
You
blocks
hold
the
it up,
eyes.
she turns to stone.
No.
ah fucker.
You put me on the spot. That's
She just
awesome.
turns into, like, milk.
Just
like milk.
Why would she turn it? Oh, whatever. Yeah, sure.
Because obviously snakes are made out of milk.
My
dumb.
Vulborious cock is the best weapon in the game.
It's only for Medusa.
Medusa's the final boss. It's a Greek mythology game. Everyone's on mushrooms. Tying it all together.
Ryan, what do you have? What are you dropping?
Probably like 78 cents in a plate of chicken and rice.
I feel like your character might drop like dumbbells though, right?
I mean, maybe.
Some chains.
But I don't like carrying them around, you know
practice.
what I mean?
See, that's
I know,
the
but
thing.
it's like things that I'm not talking about what you've got on you, because when you kill like a boss, you'll get like an item that's related to the boss. Like let's say you kill like a dragon, sometimes you'll get like a fire staff or something, right?
This is true.
So it's like
All right, so you get a bag of lawn clippings. I carry them around in my pocket.
I like how we just had that whole bit about like the parameters of the conversation. Then you were like, "All right, bet lawn clippings."
I don't know. I can't be put on the spot for something like that.
Lawn clippings.
my god, dude.
What are you dropping?
I think I thought about this when I found the question. I think that I drop gear, like fashionable clothes, but no stat bonuses, no defense, no nothing. They're fucking worthless, but they just look cool.
They're just purely
The item
cosmetic.
only.
Like, you know those items in games?
Yeah.
Where you have to sacrifice all of your armor,
It's like-
but you're like, now I look sick.
It's like, these little tiara thing makes my character look badass, but I can't wear my helmet anymore. That word.
I think we've all done that at least once.
I think I also, instead of items, would give them like a couple stat points. One being confidence.
Yeah, I was gonna say ego would be the clothes stat
right.
that it would give you.
Not from the clothes though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's just like a stat boost. I feel like I would buff their confidence and then lower their actual skill.
Nice.
It's like kind of a curse,
Yeah, but
only kind of.
You think
And
you
it
got that
binds-
shit.
it
But you
binds
think
to you.
you got it now.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I
think
mean?
you-
You're like, I'm the
owning it
shit,
up.
and then you're like, oh, whatever. I'm
Might actually
still the
help you
shit.
depending on who you are.
This is true. My
Intelligence down 20%. Confidence up 100.
Because if you had zero confidence to start, you weren't getting anything done.
Oh, can I change my answer?
Yeah.
If you kill me, you just instantly enter like a dreamscape and just crazy fucking DMT trip, and then
But forever.
no, just
like
right after
fight
you
your way
kill
out.
me, and then you have to live with that.
Uh-oh.
You have to deal with the come down, the celestial come down.
What if, alright,
then-
what if instead of a DMT trip, they just live your entire life and they have to watch you go through
Exactly.
everything
up
you've
until
ever
the
done.
moment until you kill me, and then
And then you watch them, like you watch
Yes, you
yourself
watch
kill
yourself
them,
kill
and then
me.
you come back and you're like,
and then after that, then if you feel it is necessary, you may take my toads and my frogs out of my pockets and the turtle out of my car.
no, you have to care for them now.
But now they are your children.
Yeah, you know how important.
Now
yeah,
you
lived
understand.
it.
I have now. You've inherited my will.
And then that person takes your place,
Exactly. Now,
Do they like
so-
wear his skin
guarding the
too?
bridge.
No,
with
they
the turtle.
they just become an arbitrary max.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just a like it's like a title, like a moniker that you bestow
Wow.
upon an individual if you manage to slay me in Mortal Kombat.
Deep.
Because don't forget, frogs and turtle are back up.
That's true.
Oh,
He's
true.
a skilled
So
fighter.
I'm
as
actually
well.
I actually have mobs as well. So you have to worry about that.
There you go.
I like
There you
that.
have it.
That's a good answer. Your answer sucks now.
What? I said wire nuts. I don't give a fuck.
I liked his answer. His is the strongest weapon in the game.
Marvel?
Yeah, I can kill fucking Medusa, bitch.
Cock.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the cock was
Forgot
pretty
about that
OP.
part.
So
That was a good weapon.
yeah, I give inherited will. He gives the strongest weapon in the game. Lawn clippings.
Yeah, you said mine sucks.
And you're kind of a curse. Those are honestly, that's a pretty good assortment of items.
Yeah, it's
I
a- it's
had
a
an
good
original
idea.
Let's
list.
kill Max. I feel like that'd
Yeah,
be the best one.
We should take.
Shit. I made mine too alluring.
Wait, it's crazy that it's alluring to watch his entire life before you kill him.
It'd be just cool to like live in his shoes. I don't know.
Yeah, and then watch yourself murder him at the end.
Yeah.
And then you have to understand that you were taking away their original, the turtle and the frogs.
If I had the intent to kill you,
Like, they're not
to
just-
get your shit, yeah.
But now you have to think they're also not just. You have to earn their trust.
You are their master.
Not even. No, you just killed their master.
But
So
you
now
love them.
But now you love them just as much as the person you just killed, and now you have to. And they hate you.
Oh,
So you actually.
wow, that's difficult.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to earn the turtle's trust.
There's a whole side quest trying to get them to.
Dude, this is endgame content. Like,
Damn, that got way deeper than I thought.
It's awesome.
and the moth. You get him too.
Yeah, get
Oh, the moth.
Yeah, the moth. Yeah,
Are you gonna get the moth tattoo?
I messaged them. I emailed them.
Where are you? Oh, well, I'm not gonna.
Tell me about that.
I want to get. I've been talking about getting this moth tattoo forever because I love moths because they're awesome.
Fuck you for that.
They're like emo butterflies. It's like,
That's
lit.
one take I don't agree on with you,
I
Max.
love them.
I'm not a huge fan
Look
of
at him.
moths.
He's just like, and they're so ditzy and they just wander
They're
around.
pretty
I
dumb.
love them. They're just,
No bug bothers me except the moth.
I just relate a lot
I don't
to them
get
because they moths never seem like they know where they're going, and that's just very comforting to me.
Yeah, that's
Because they've evolved. It takes millions of years to evolve to a bug that loves light and just doesn't know where it's going. It's like that gives me hope. So I want to get a moth on my arm, and the artist they like really good with black and white stuff. So I want to get like
Is that the one that you showed me?
yeah, and I want
No
to
way.
get it flying towards like a full moon because I already have the crescent. So then I had a full moon like up here with the moth flying towards it, a Luna moth flying towards the full moon.
That'd be cool.
In all black
be
and white
awesome.
and shit. And like I'm planning on like the rest of the space here. But
Sleeve.
they're super there's literally only two of them. Like
Two artists.
they're the only ones that work there.
Yeah.
It's a family run business. It's them. They're twins. They're identical
sweet.
twins.
That's
I bet their rate is crazy.
But like I'm
Yeah,
paying
it's
for
worth
good
it.
art. I've
Yeah.
seen their art. It's like I know that they're gonna provide. It's like my mom has work done by them.
Yeah, she has the white tattoos.
She has a white tattoo done by them, and she has a raven
That's
done
cool.
by them. But one of the guys, she told me he likes doing moths,
Oh, sick.
so I requested that guy because she told me I was asking my mom some questions about them. But yeah, they haven't responded. And they said if you don't respond, if you don't get like a reply within 3 to 4 weeks, just send it again because they're literally inundated.
Yeah.
And there's literally only two of them, so it's just they have like I don't think they have like a receptionist or anything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I think it's just them going through emails and like looking for projects.
Oh wow,
So
That's super cool.
and they're very skilled too.
they're really good. They're really,
Yeah, some of
they're
them,
really, really
some of the
good.
tattoos he showed me. Are
Yeah,
crazy.
definitely do
That's
your
wild.
research on your artists.
Yeah,
I do like your idea first, like a
yeah, and then I
Some
kind of
parts of
want to
it.
complete like the moon night theme with the rest because I kind of want to get this.
get
on
like Moon
full
Knight in the
sleeve.
other one.
Dude.
Just says.
Dude, I kind of want to get.
No,
I
there's a
ki-
character in
I
Marvel.
kind of want to get I saw them do a Corpse Bride tattoo, and it looked really good. And I was like, yeah, I bet they could do a Jack Skellington tat.
If you
And
want,
like
yeah.
that's
Did you do it on that
I would-
arm? Yeah,
because he's tall.
that's true.
I think
pretty sick.
I think it would look really cool.
You could do
And
that.
he's like that's like one of my childhood heroes, Jack Skellington, and the artist Henson.
Yep.
I love him. Like, so
Perfect.
yeah, I'm looking to get more tats.
Same.
That's pretty sweet, man.
I want a sleeve. That's the big goal.
They're very expensive.
Yeah, but it's like I'm working.
It's
now,
so worth it,
and it's
though.
like I don't.
If you got the money for it,
I don't
really
spend
want
any money on anything except gas and bud. So it's like
Allegedly.
Alleged.
it. Allegedly.
so tats basically.
Yeah, tattoos. You got that one in Hawaii?
Yeah,
Didn't
You were
they do like
you were
the
like
old
the
like
first
classic
person in our
method?
grade to get a tattoo.
yeah.
Did they do the classic method, but like the fucking?
No, there's like only like that's a family thing. Like you have to go find these people.
Oh,
And it's like
okay.
one family that does it, and they pass down from generation to generation this style of tattoo. There is one style. I watched like a little like short documentary on her, but she's like this old woman, and she lives in like the Himalayas, and you have to go hike up to her to get a tattoo from her,
Oh my
and she does it
Wow.
the old fashioned way. But they say that when you get it done like that, it's like a much more like intense experience because it's not a machine.
Yeah.
They're literally
They're needling you.
it's a rock. It's a sharp rock with ink. And
Yeah.
over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like they say it's like a very like it's like a different experience than just getting like your regular tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be very painful.
And like I don't have a lot of experience. Like my tattoo's like I don't know, maybe 2 inches across. Like I don't have any experience getting a huge tattoo, so it's like
You know what? As someone who has, and also Nick can definitely second this, it's crazy. Actually, Nick probably had it way worse at the end.
A little bit.
Nick
the hand
got it on his
probably
hand. But honestly,
Yeah.
for me, after getting probably like 45 to an hour in, it
just
stops like really being that like bad. I
Yeah.
kind of like it. Whatever.
oh yeah, no. When I was getting parts of this, it was making me
Like
laugh.
pain?
Yeah, this made me
It's-
laugh.
Yeah, it's so hard to explain.
Well, because I have a pretty good tolerance to pain, so I would like to see what a tattoo would be like.
Eventually, your skin just kind of vibrates.
Yeah, and it
It's
just
like-
feels like
The only part that sucks about this is they started at the shoulder, which is the not painful part, and then they go down, and the lower you get, like, dude,
Yeah, right to
Yeah.
there. That
Stuff.
was the worst. I watched him. Yeah, it
I was
so
squirming in
scary.
my chair. Like, Tristan was there, he watched some of it.
yeah. Because
I got there at like the worst part, right as he got to his
anything
wrist.
right on like the bone right there, like any of that.
It's
stuff
horrible.
That's really, really
Dude, the
shallow
worst parts
skin.
were the side of the palm right here,
Yeah,
and the side of the other one.
yeah. That makes
Those
sense.
were so terrible.
Like I want to get like back tats and like I've heard that
Ribs.
this shit sucks.
I'm totally getting my ribs tattooed.
And, like, I want
I don't
rib
really
tats.
even give a shit.
Hands are supposed to be the worst of all, I think, though.
Hands
Right?
and armpits.
Hands, feet are really
feet.
bad.
I would have
after-
to imagine getting a face tattoo is the worst. Like
I don't know. Rappers can do it.
Yeah.
they're probably on like Percocets.
Yeah, truth.
No, I mean, yeah, why the fuck not?
I don't
No,
know.
I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying before you go in.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
have
they're
that
probably
I was
doing
stoned when I
perks
got there,
anyway.
like,
yeah,
Because they're like, oh, your hand hurts so bad, your ribs are so bad. I see so many people with rib and hand and wrist and all that.
like, it can't
doesn't mean
hurt
people
that
are gonna
bad,
do
yeah.
it that bad if everyone's doing it.
well,
No,
'cause-
it is,
It
but
is,
you
but
don't
it's just-
know until you're doing it, and then you're like,
And then
well,
you've
I'm
already
not gonna
paid and
fucking
you're here.
stop now.
you know what I mean? So it's like you've already committed to it. You know it's gonna hurt. So it's like you're not gonna pay all that money. And also, it's like once they start, you're not gonna be like, I don't like this. Give me my money back. The artist's gonna be like, no.
I can't revert the ink out of your body.
Yeah. so
Ryan,
it's
what
like-
you just said is a perfect example of why people get them. Like, you thinking that they don't hurt is how everyone thinks it is. And then they go get them, and you're like, shit, yeah, this hurts. But,
But,
there's
like, I
no
have-
going back now, because I've already decided.
I have follow through though. Like I would just do it.
Well, exactly. But
Exactly.
you don't know
And if
it.
it hurt, I would be like, oh, pain.
Yeah, but
I'm not
exactly.
saying
But
that
you
what
wouldn't.
people do.
Exactly, but
But
you
it
wouldn't
hurts
know
for
that.
sure.
But
like,
no, but there are so many people that have definitely backed out.
oh, absolutely.
And they gave up.
Or
But
the-
they
dude, you see it happen on Ink Master. There's like
Yeah,
I watched
people
like a compilation of canvases that walked out mid tap.
That's crazy. I can't even believe that people do that. I mean, honestly, I understand the pain, but like these people are getting shoulder tattoos and like wrist tattoos. Like, what the fuck? Quit your bitching. You're on a TV show
You're getting a tattoo
Yeah,
for
right.
free, bro.
for free. Oh God, I hate that.
By like pretty good artists.
Yeah, they're like
They're
competing
like
to be
the up and
best.
coming. Like
Yeah.
Dude,
they've made names for themselves already.
Yeah,
you guys have seen How Far is Tattoo Far, right?
Yes.
I've seen
I
tattoos.
feel like I've
fucked.
seen a couple episodes.
That
like,
show's
It
fucked.
shows
or maybe
so
some
messed up.
concepts.
There was this one girl who she got a tattoo. Basically, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a show where two people who like hate each other. Pretty much
I know what you're talking about now.
almost every time they go on a show and they design tattoos for the other person, and they both agree to get a tattoo of the other person's design, and then usually it doesn't end up well, obviously, because the tattoos are just heinous.
Why?
like-
What?
Because
One
people
guy
just like watching dumb stuff.
got a picture of herself just shitting in like lingerie, and then it just said slut on the bottom,
Nice.
and it was like huge and on her shoulder, And then the guy, actually, his tattoo's kind of sick, honestly. It was like a canvas of himself in a suit and smoking a cigarette, but his face was just like a huge ass.
Like
It was honestly kind of sick.
Like was the cigarette like between the ass cheeks?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then he just gave her like the worst.
The best tattoo ever.
Slut?
Yeah, but
They just wrote slut on the bottom? Are they like dating?
No, they're like exes or something.
They're
like
people that have a disagreement or hate each other. Or
they're
whatever.
still together.
What? How do you stay with someone after
They
they
stayed
tattooed slut
together.
on you?
After that.
Well, it's like who else is
she,
gonna
like-
be with?
Did she like get really mad?
Yeah. And then she was like, I guess we
obviously-
can like still be together.
Bro, the premise of the show is stupid. Stop trying to understand it.
Yeah, there's no logic to be found.
I can't.
It's literally
Any
just
logical
this is
person
dumb. Watch.
Would
I
never
looked it
go
up
on
after.
it.
Real tattoo, by the way. A year later, they broke up, and then a year and a half later, she got it touched up.
She waited that fucking long? Why? It's her shitting.
Maybe she liked it. Maybe she learned to love it. Maybe she was
No
like,
shot.
Maybe she was
No
like, this is
way.
my only memory of
She
him.
got like a huge rose over it. It's completely gone.
Good. Fuck that shit.
That show's so fucked, though.
That's awesome. I totally am gonna watch that.
Do you want to
sounds
go on that
amazing.
show with me?
No.
Oh Jesus.
No. You would tattoo like
Nick would fuck you up, dude, so bad.
Yeah. No, not
you would
yet.
wait, does the other person choose the location too? He would give me an
Yeah,
ass tattoo.
Tristan would be like eating
What
or
would
like
you give
shoving
me?
a kid in a van or
Tattoo
something.
of your entire face, 2 inches left of your face.
I'm not gonna get a face tattoo. All right, give me something like
No,
Not on my-
think about it. You
What?
stand outside of a movie theater. 3D glasses.
I don't think it works like that. I'm gonna be honest. I
It
don't.
is if I have him sketch like a blue outline on the right, like 2 inches to the right, and then a red one 2 inches to the left. And then I just like put him in front of a Walmart, kind of like I'm selling Girl Scout cookies.
So
and
not
then I
only-
say, come up to me. And
I
then
have
they
a-
come up to me and I give them 3D glasses and they put them on, and then they just start foaming at the mouth and I assume ejaculate.
You just what? You just unlocked it. You just gave him this shitty 3D tattoo, and now he unlocked Supreme King Conqueror's hockey.
Yeah.
what did you say words?
No, I got it.
Is that anime?
I just that was
Okay,
that was
all right.
weeb
Can you give me
speak.
can you give me something that's a little better? Not on my face.
I don't know. I think if I ever did do something like that, I would just like have someone go on your leg and just make an army of kiwis around the kiwi.
That'd be fire though.
Dope.
I know.
That would be pretty cool.
I wouldn't fuck you over if it was for
I wouldn't
reals.
fuck you over either.
Exactly.
It would just be something
But
dumb.
it would be something pretty stupid.
Yeah, like dumb.
I think I would literally like there would be one behind him with like a gun, and then
just like
I
shooting
could
if he's
actually
like running away.
no. You know what? I think the best tattoo would be to do a storyline. So have like put a box around him, right? And
Oh,
then
yeah,
put a
make-
box around the left, and have him like getting on the skateboard, and then a box on the right, and then have him just getting like fucking destroyed
all
by a
around,
box.
all around your leg.
Yeah.
You see the helmet like flying up in the air, and you see a truck just going by. Like
Honestly, I would love that.
that'd be
right?
cool.
That would be
You'd
pretty
be like,
funny.
look, I have a little comic strip on my
It's
leg.
just that
And then
it's a
over
little
the
too big on
years,
my
you
leg,
could go
but
to
yeah.
different artists, and then just like slowly get a comic strip.
Well, dude, that's kind of my plan with this. Like, I honestly want to keep putting shit on it. Like, I'll go somewhere else, get someone else's take on it, because the helmet and skateboard, different guy.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It
is
used to
cool.
be just the original Kiwi.
I should
it
get
was just the Kiwi, and now
that'd be fun. A tattoo like that is great for like vacations.
exactly.
I should get something like that.
That's my plan.
I should get something like that.
It's like if I go somewhere and there's like a tattoo shop like right down the road, I'll be like,
I should
see
get
if
like
they have any idea
I should-
like what to put on
I
it.
should get like a little
Because
mushroom.
I don't know, like I already put like maybe like a sunglasses or
I think eventually you should have a concept. Though.
You get a
You
chain
should like start
around his neck.
expanding
That'd be
outwards.
hilarious. That'd be funny.
Right?
Yeah.
there's so much to do with it. It's awesome.
You could also give him like one of those visors, so he looks like a fucking
Or like a
the red
smaller
ones.
kiwi standing on top of him.
A baby Kiwi?
Yeah, like standing on him. That'd be fire.
What if you did like a baby Kiwi like doing an ollie off his helmet?
That'd be cool too.
That would be a lot to do.
That'd be that's like double that already was there.
It's crazy. They every time they tattoo it, they shave it, and my leg hair right here is like way longer than everything else.
It's funny.
Weird.
It like grows back longer. Anyway, guys, Be safe. Don't get stupid tattoos.
Oh, we done now?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's been
Been a
like
while.
almost 2 hours.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
Well,
Thanks,
enjoy.
Max.
Yeah, thank you, Max.
Thanks
You've
for
been
coming, buddy.
a great guest.
Thanks for blessing us.
I got
with
you.
your knowledge.
It's been good.
Knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge.
Can you
Facts
end it
for your
us?
knowledge for your
Wait,
brain.
stand up and do a cool thing.
Do a flip.
All right,
Flip.
don't. Yeah.
No.
Do something else that's
no.
cool.
Breakdance.
Door.